not conscious, but you're going. I don't. At least if that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you want to get into it. What side do you chew on in the chat? In the chat, what side do you chew your
food
on? What side
do you guys chew on? I'm chewing on this side.
Yeah, I feel like I alternate, or maybe it's depending on what I'm eating. If I'm eating, because I do occasionally, if you favor like a tooth that might have hurt or something, that's when you notice where do you chew, but it's usually never a problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is good stuff. I mean, this is a great way to start the show. I mean, I know people have been asking this question for so long.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, look at that.
The thing is, I wanted the beef, not the steak. The steak involves more chewing. I have a busted tooth on one side. I can't chew on this side at all. Everything is on one chew on one side, and I've got this chewy steak.
Chewy steak
that I have to chew. I mean, it's delicious. I mean, it really is. I mean, I don't know what that looks like to you.
That looks good. That looks like a nice piece of steak.
It is. It's amazing.
A little out of focus, but it's okay.
But it takes a lot more chewing.
Yes, I get. Yes. Place I go, it sounds like the place you have is right on the beach, and or not on the on the ocean or whatever.
It is. It's right on the ocean. It's literally.
Yeah. But you're paying
right on the ocean.
California prices out there. I can get that same plate made by authentic, recipes and all that. Great, not on the coast, but for half that price, and it looks damn good.
This is authentic. Good. This is actual stuff. Yeah, it's $35.
Man, that's outrageous. That's California.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. But I'm gonna have to do a lot of chewing, which I can't do. That's the problem.
You're gonna have to do a lot of YouTube, is what you're gonna have to do. Pay for that. Donate to Johnny's dinner fund in the chat. You become a channel member, and don't forget to. What is it? I don't even know what you have to do to.
You subscribe. You have to subscribe to the channel to get into the chat. Very easy. Very easy. Yeah, Renus. Yeah, this is a $35 dinner I'm having because I didn't eat at all today.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
I'm sure it is. It looks very tasty. Good stuff. I love a good Mexican plate. And out west, you do get the authentic stuff. I'm sure you get it made to order. Everything. Is it like the place I go to? It's almost. I guess it's like Chipotle used to be, where you could go in and say, "I want this," or Subway used to be. You go right down the line, and this is what if you want a burrito, this is what you want. I want the hot stuff. You get the beans, the rice, the meat. Then you get the cold stuff. Etc.
The rice and the beans, they're incredible, man.
What kind of beans do you get? You get the refried?
These are refried because I didn't say what I wanted, because it took me half an hour to get a hold of the place. I was on the phone, it was ringing. The phone kept stopping because it just rang and rang. And when I got there was a line out the door.
Yeah.
Luckily I got a spot right in front, and I'd called ahead.
Man.
So, I had this but the real secret to this is this sauce, man.
Is that their own special sauce?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Luckily, they gave me 2 of them, so I have another one for tomorrow.
Nice. Good stuff.
Let's start this right. How do you do that?
Wait, are we live? What's going on?
Oh, we've been live for
okay.
For a while. But let's find.
What show is this?
It doesn't even matter what show it is, because it's all good.
Yes, it is all good.
It's all good. Let's see. We got to find the intro, which StreamYard is making it more difficult to. Here we go. Here it is.
He's over here trying to eat dinner, and he's trying to get the intro, trying to get the show started, and let's.
Here we go. Here we go. Happy Straturday night, everybody.
right. Is Johnny going to be doing shots tonight? Not likely. He'll be doing shots of the hot sauce that he got there. Their special sauce.
How much to do a shot? Actually,
no, you're just gonna waste it if you do that. You know, that's the kind of stuff you got to savor. Put it on a little bit on every bite. You know.
Oh, it's incredible, man.
Nice.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So hey, welcome everybody to John Biel's Straturday night.
Yes, welcome everybody. Johnny's enjoying his Mexican plate. Let's check in and see how everyone's doing tonight. Just say hi in the chat. We'll the rest of the guys will be here eventually. I'm sure a few of them. We'll see who shows up. It's always a surprise every Straturday, and we're in for a very long night. Something like that. I was listening to Women and Children today, or was it yesterday? I was listening to a little bit of it. So I was thinking why. I don't think they ever played Fools live. And it's not like it was a song back in the club days and it became something else.
They actually played it live in the club days.
Right.
They played Fools.
It's not like it's a great song, but it's not like it's too technically hard to pull off live. But out of the handful of songs that the band never did live, you know, you can count them on one or two hands. And you're talking about songs like Inside, Push Comes to Shove. Those are the two that come to mind. Fools, I think, during the regular run of the band, not including the club days, they didn't do Fools. They did Take Your Whiskey Home. They didn't do Could This Be Magic, ever. That I know of.
Never.
They didn't do Simple Rhyme until the last tour.
Simple Rhyme they did in the clubs.
Yes, and it was probably under a different name, maybe, or was it always called?
It might have been.
Yeah.
It might have been, but they did that one live before the first record. I've heard it.
Seventh Seal they played. That was their opener, wasn't that in 95? Seventh Seal? With the monks? That's the one with the monks, right? The chanting at the beginning? Trying to think of balance. So I believe, they did Seventh Seal. Any other ones that people can think of? I know Inside is the one they never would have pulled off, and then it never would have tried live. But and then Push Comes to Shove, which was just kind of a departure from. It really didn't fit with the band's set, basically. Looking good. Nice.
Somebody's saying that they already ate, but they're hungry again. E flat 916. This is amazing.
Man, looks good. Every bite. Now, when you're making your little, how many tortillas do they give you?
They gave me some extra ones. 3.
So you could make 3 kind of wrap, whatever you want to call them. Tortillas.
I already have 3 tacos here.
Oh, and then they give you 3 other
more.
Nice.
I can make 6 total if I wanted.
Nice.
I know this isn't Taco Bell.
I think we can do a little better than Taco Bell. You got to go for the authentic stuff, definitely. Yeah, I was telling there is a place right down the street over here that's they have 2 locations. One right in the city, like deep in city of Lawrence. If anyone's from this area, Lawrence, just north of Boston. Very Hispanic city in neighborhoods, and you can get the real authentic stuff. And then here in Haverhill, definitely we have our Hispanic areas, and that's where, right down there, Taco Lupita, which is the go-to Mexican place around here. And you can get those plates, you can get burritos, you can get tacos, and everything. So this is Taco Talk.
Welcome to Taco Talk. Yeah, you could actually call this the Taco Cam, if I can say that on here.
Good stuff. You can say it. People will take it. However they'll take it. Jay's favorite is Taco Bell.
Speaking of that, something we can talk about actually for a minute. I don't know if you saw this, but OnlyFans is banning the stuff that they're known for.
And I never heard of it. I did hear a quick clip about it on the radio that they're banning all the adult content, basically.
There's no more Taco Cam anymore over there.
I've never seen it. No, that's one I've never heard of or seen, you know. But yeah, they were saying that was, I guess, their specialty. So
right, Ned. Here, Ned. Did you hear that? Ned's here.
Yeah. Ned wants some of your steak.
Yeah. Man. I have a feeling I'll be sitting there eating the entire night because it's going to take me forever to eat this because I can only eat on one side.
Well, Jay, come on in. We need to keep the show rolling here. Johnny's going to be busy eating for a couple hours. I don't know.
Let's say hello. Yeah. Let's say hello to our channel members. Right here.
Yeah, Charles Green, Steve Franklin, Joe Christian, Michael B, Thomas Santiago, Music Therapy Laz, Bent Tom, The Chad, James Gum, Jarhead Rock, Wayno, Michael Smith, the captain, is working tonight. We will have a good night, Michael. He may check in on the chat. We'll see. Andy Carson, John Moronic, Jimmy Ray Hawkins, Majestic PJ and J Cat. PB and J Cat.
It's PB and J. I know
Johnny's typo.
I don't know why it says that.
I don't know. I can't imagine why.
I actually did fix it. I don't know how that got there.
Yeah. Well, there's also Mike Neese, Arhabs, Lenny Lewin Mary, False Flag, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
Woo!
Did you know, John, that is the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Beane TV YouTube station?
I heard that somewhere. I can't remember where.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That's the top tier. The executive producers, they get their name read in the credits in the beginning of every show.
Wow.
The
best of the best.
The top of the yeah. Their names are in green.
The real 5150s. The 5150s of the Johnny Beane channel.
They have special avatars next to their names. They have access to special avatars in the chat. Or emojis, I mean, special emojis.
Yeah. There's no reason not to join. All the perks.
There really isn't. There really isn't. So we got the executive producers. We got, let's see.
Channel members.
If you'd like to help support the channel, any super chats will change the color of my lights. So if you look behind me here, you'll see what's called the guitar moire right here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to see this, man. This is amazing stuff.
Johnny's in ecstasy over there.
Although it's getting cold, so it probably doesn't look as good. But whoops, stuff's falling out. But this is authentic. I mean, this is the real deal. Is what this is.
Nice.
The actual stuff is what this is. Santa Cruz, California is what this is.
Wow.
Anyway, if you look behind me here, you see the guitar moire. Any super chats towards the channel will change the color of those lights in real time. So that's something extra special. You'll only see it here on Johnny Beane TV. It's a special feature.
Somebody changed the lights for Johnny. You know what to do.
Right there. Did you notice my new shirt?
Yeah, look at that. Those.
You see that?
Looks like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the green.
The mystery machine.
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
That's the combination I ordered, thinking it looked kind of 70s or whatever.
Nice.
Beautiful.
How's our who was our friend over at Sunset? I can't think of his name now.
John Bill.
He was on the show 3 weeks ago or so. Drew, wasn't it Drew?
What was his name?
It was Drew, right?
Drew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drew, how you doing if you're out there? Who is out there? Let's see who's out there. We're all out there a little bit, but let's see who's participating tonight. Say hi in the chat. 7 over 8 at the top of the list. We'll see him shortly, I'm sure. Black Salami, Browns fan, E flat 916, Fret Level Midnight, G Bushnuff, Hellstorm, James 5150, JRM, Johnny Beane, Keith Campbell, KXM Rock, Marky Effects, Mike Rogers, Renus Pinkle, Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs, Six Strings and 10 Fingers, Vista Light 1972, and Zach Thong. Yeah. All right.
By the way, Renus, sorry, I had to delete your posts in the Van Halen group. Too many people were messaging me. People start to DM me, telling me about the stuff in there.
Johnny, did you see this?
Yeah.
Did you approve this?
Yeah, well, I did, because I have to approve everything in there for now. But everybody started complaining about his posts. So I had to take them down.
By who? Renus? Oh, I can't imagine he would do something that would be, crass or, something terrible like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But, no, they weren't so bad. They weren't so bad. But, a lot of people got mad.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're live in that group.
That's right. Respect.
So if anybody is watching from that group, thank you. And by the way, join that group if you're not in there. It's one of the bigger Van Halen groups on Facebook.
One of the bigger, isn't it? Like the right up there in the top tier.
It is. It's right up. It's right up there.
Yes. I can't imagine it would be bigger than Johnny Beane. Bigger than Van Halen 74 to 2020. Something like that.
Well, don't get it confused, because when I change the name, other people change their groups to similar names. So there's other groups out there. Van Halen 1984 to 2020, Van Halen 1978 to 84. They all did that after I changed mine.
Oh,
so
okay.
Those groups, a group is a group. It's cool. But they're not. Ned, what are you doing? Oh, he's wrestling. He's wrestling with the chair. Ned. So we're live in there. We're also live in the Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we got Sharon Wilddollar.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. Who else is in there?
I don't know. I can't see the Facebook.
Yeah, I can. If I click on it, I can see the chat.
You have to walk away from your dinner, though, right?
No, I'm
it's a reach,
stretching.
Bit of a reach.
I'm reaching. We got Sharon Wilddollar. We got. I think that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sharon Wilddollar on Facebook. We're live in there. If you'd like to help support the channel over on Facebook, we have what are called Facebook Stars. It's a digital gift that helps with the production of these shows. And what else is going on? This is also a podcast. So you can actually listen to all of these shows later on. You can actually say, I can't say the actual word because she'll wake up. But you can say, yo, you know who? Play the Johnny Beane podcast, and it will. Your iOS device will.
Wow.
I've tried it. It works. So you can listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple. I already said Apple. SoundCloud. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, and look for special episodes coming up that are podcast only, where you can only get them as podcasts. You won't be able to get them here.
Wow.
So look for some of that stuff coming up. And here's John.
Oh man. Yes. Join the podcast, everyone. Well, how was your week? What did you I saw a couple of the shows this week. It was I didn't see too much of the Tuesday show. A little bit of last night, but actually, who was on? Laz was on with you last night, right?
Laz was on. We actually hung out on Thursday.
Yeah, you've been going down to the Guitar Center and stuff with him, doing some looking for some gear and stuff.
We hung out on Thursday.
Nice.
Had lunch. had a great time, and then he sat in yesterday.
Yeah.
And we devoted most of the show to the big Van Halen news that's going on right now, which I'm sure we'll talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Plenty.
About the David Lee Roth, Gene Simmons feud.
Yeah.
Or how real it is, how what's behind the scenes, what's going on, what actually happened.
Right.
So what was the deal? Now that tour got obviously it got shut down last year. Did they do all the dates they did last year with Dave that they were supposed to? I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember how it went, because I do remember, yeah, it was a big deal when Dave joined that tour. Not even joined it, but he started that tour out with Kiss. Did a few dates. People were ranking on him about his vocals and stuff. And then it got shut down because of the sea. And then it didn't get started back. Kiss did a couple of dates, couple of shows, one-off shows in the past 6 months or so, I think. That's Taco Cam, everyone. And so that tour really never went any more forward than after it got canceled. So did Dave really get fired, or did the tour just fizzle out? I don't know. Were they going to continue it with Dave in the next, few months or whatever, whenever Kiss gets back on the road? Are they back on the road now? I haven't even been following, but
yeah,
they did.
Either they are or they will be.
They did the show with that painter, right? That painter who does like the can't think of his name. One of those guys, I don't know if it's the same guy. He came to our school a few years ago, and he did a painting of like Martin Luther King and
Really?
Einstein, a bunch. He did like 5 or at least 5 paintings in like a half hour. Just his quick, all of it to music and
I heard when he starts off his paintings, it looks nothing like what it ends up as.
Right. The whole time you're thinking, what is this going to be? Sometimes he'll do it upside down, and then he'll flip it at the end, and it'll be, oh my God. Like some people will get it like, oh, wait a minute, he's doing this. But, and some, like I remember when he was doing Einstein, it was one thing, like maybe his hair or something that I was like, oh, that's what, I mean, it was like almost to the end of the painting. But
wow.
I think he was doing like, he did one for Ed in at one of the Kiss shows. I think he did Eddie Van Halen. I think he's done Hendrix before, so I'm thinking he does a lot of them. Probably Jim Morrison, all the he did do John Lennon at the one that I saw, and so he's very talented. I don't know what it's like opening a show like that, when you're opening it for Kiss. I mean, it's like back at the club I used to work at, a few bands would like, a couple of bands opened with a comedian, and a lot of times they were like, I want to say it was like, I can't even think of it. They were like acoustic acts, like the Indigo Girls or something. I could be completely wrong, but it's like, just like, and when it's going to be a mellow night, you open with a comedian, and it's just, the Righteous Brothers would open with a comedian. So yeah, I mean, that was the thing, and I guess that people still do that. There was a couple of comedians who would open for like some big acts, like back in the 80s and 90s. But most people don't do that. So it's kind of, but I guess if you've got the music blasting and you've got, the guy doing the art and everything, it's kind of cool. But I don't know. I'd rather see
there's
Dave.
Music, right?
Yeah.
It's not like,
yeah, he does it all to music.
They're painting, and everybody's real quiet.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, I'm painting here.
Yep.
Like there's rock music. There's probably lights going on. There's explosions.
Yeah, and I'm sure he does open it for Kiss. He's probably got a whole light show and everything with it.
Whoa!
Yeah. Spotlights and everything. Carrot Top should open. Carrot Top was one of the funniest guys I've seen live, but he was also one of the biggest hassles we ever had to deal with. He's a comedian who travels with like 2 tractor trailers full of stuff. He's got his whole light show. He's got his video show. He's got all of his props. And it's like, I was I was doing the pre-production on the show, and he's like, well, we need this many lights, we need, this kind of sounds, all kinds of stuff that like a full, rock band would have. And we're like, because this is before we had seen him, and we're like, what's this guy all about? I mean, we knew he was a prop comic and everything, but his advancing that show took us by surprise, and he wanted all kinds of like, especially, and then he came in and it was a great show, and everything worked out great. But
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. As much crap as Carrot Top gets, he's really very, very talented. But yes, somebody like that would have been, and I know Jim Brewer would open for some bands back in the 90s and 2000s. But yeah, so I mean, having a painter replace David Lee Roth, I don't know. I guess Dave is. I mean, we all pretty much agree he's a little bit past his prime, but I think when he wants to bring it, he can. When he was in the 2015 tour, there was a lot of the videos I saw were really good. I mean, and it really, he did it when he wanted to, but most of the time he was focused on just being Dave. That was the problem. That's the problem he's always have, is he's just focused way too much on just being Dave, and not enough on the lyrics, not enough on the tone or the pitch. But he made a huge career out of it, still going by all accounts. But we'll see what's next for Dave after being, off the Kiss tour, however that happened. That guy's going to have a career for the rest of his life. I mean, he's such a personality, He'll always do something. I mean, after he had stopped his recording, I don't know when his last album was. He's always been consistent. He's always put little things out. At least not in the last 10 years. It's been his
last original album. Because there was a greatest hits. It was called The Best or something.
And when was that? Do you remember?
Normally I'd ask you, but you're asking me.
No, the last, like I think I said it last week. The last kind of big thing Dave did was A Little Ain't Enough with Jason Becker. That was like his last hurrah in like his own solo rock career. And then everything else since then, and by most accounts, has been retro. It's been his rejoining Van Halen, playing the old stuff. Then I guess you get Different Kind of Truth, which is a Dave. I mean, Dave's a huge part of that album. But and that's kind of his swan song, I would say. That I don't think he's put anything out solo since then, except for a couple of things he's put on his website, his YouTube channel, whatever it is, which is great. There's a lot of cool stuff. And then in the 2000s or so, he did the his radio stuff for a little while, which didn't go over too well, but it was, again, classic Dave, just Dave being Dave, telling the stories, telling long drawn out stories, laughing at himself. And it was good stuff, for a fan. There was a lot of good stuff there, but yeah, just like Johnny's Taco, good stuff.
Dude, these are amazing. These tacos.
But
Roth, he put out a record in there was one in 94.
Well, yeah, that's 25 years ago now. 27 years.
Your filthy little mouth.
Yeah, was that?
Is that what it was called?
Well, A Little Ain't Enough was 91, I want to say. 90 or 90. I think it was 90 or 91. 91, right?
It was somewhere in there.
I have the tour.
But there was an album in 94 where it had a song called She's My Machine.
Yeah.
And because I remember at Amoeba Music in Berkeley, finding some promo Roth VHS tape, and I bought it, took it home for a quarter, and it had this video called She's My Machine on it.
That's right. Yeah, I got that CD. I think I got it in the bargain bin. I do. I actually have that. It's in my car right now because I have my whole CD book in my car.
Yeah, your filthy little mouth.
That's right.
Yeah. That. So there was that one, and then he had a record out when I was living in Miami. I remember a record came out with Betty Page on the cover. It was called David Lee Roth Band or something.
Yeah, and he toured through the '90s. You know, I saw him. I worked for him a couple of times at the club that I worked at twice, and then there was another one-off show that I don't remember where it was. Might have been opening for somebody. Oh no, it was the Sam and Dave show up north in New Hampshire. We did that show. So yeah, I mean then he did his stint with the New York paramedics back in the what was that, late '90s or something like that. Got arrested. Got arrested for pot. Back, I remember MTV covering that. MTV, that was like kind of the tail end of MTV News in the late '90s.
Yeah, I remember that. Keith Campbell, thank you so much, man.
Nice.
Color matches my shirt.
To yellow. Can really see the wood grain.
Keith Campbell. Campbell, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's right. It goes with the vibe. Yellow. 70s yellow.
This is cool, huh? The green with the...
That's the perfect color combination.
Yeah, because you can I think the logo, comes in this. That comes like in a gray or something as well. Mm-hmm. But the different shirts, I thought the green and the yellow and the orange was like perfect for this combination.
Looks like Scooby-Doo. Perfect.
So that's why I ordered that one. And then, how do I change? Man, they made all this stuff so small you can't even.
I know. I can't do anything without the glasses here. My eyes are getting worse.
Well, it's not my glasses. I can see fine. It's just what happened. See, behind the scenes, you guys, StreamYard changed the way everything works behind the scenes now. Steve Barton, dude, thank you so much.
Steve Barton?
Steve Barton.
Oh man, look at that. Generous. I just came through here. I saw that.
There we go. I'm trying to do.
Jay's moving out, cleaning up the house, packing up the kids and the family, moving to Beverly.
Jay, what's going on in there?
Sold all my guitars.
Wah, wah.
How you guys doing?
Good. Good. How
Feels like it's been a month. And I'm already eating M&Ms. You know what that means.
Nice. We're doing good. How do you make out? Did you get hit with the hurricane out there?
No.
We're expecting it tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow. We're gonna see it tomorrow. Gonna hunker down.
No, we had company in for the week, so
that's like a hurricane sometimes.
Our friends stayed up here with their 2 kids, so I had to get everything out of here.
Ah.
Yep.
Rugrats.
And obviously I haven't put anything back yet, so I spent 3 hours up here tonight contemplating going into the closet behind me, getting all the guitars back out, getting the rack, not the rack because I gave it away, but the 3 guitar thing. Remember I told you I got that swing string or string swing, those wall mount hangers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard you say that.
Me and my brother-in-law attempted to put them up. I got to send you the video, Johnny. I'll just play it on here, okay? Hold on, let me find it. So, me and my brother-in-law, who actually does some of this stuff for a living, which surprised me. But here's the aftermath of attempting to install them. Crap. Hold on.
Yeah. What are those all holes in your wall? Oh no. Holes in the drywall.
Swiss cheese, my friends. Swiss cheese. So,
did you measure twice?
Dude,
Cut once, drill once.
Dude, if you ever need me to do anything, don't ask me to do it. like that, like putting something on the wall. I've been putting pictures on the bedroom wall behind the headboard. Jeannie wants me to put up a couple pictures of the kids, blah blah blah. I tried to put up a picture, and I think I went into like a nail in the stud. That's my luck. I try to I find the stud. I'm like, okay, cool. First one that goes in the screw, ding, to straighten metal on metal. I'm like, well, the first hole I put in the wall, nope. Oh, Stephen Franklin says 16 inches on center, dude. Up here, 24 inches between studs.
Really?
And the drywall is like 3/8 of an inch, like the thinnest you're allowed to use on a house.
That's not to code.
No, barely to code. Drilled twice, measured later. Drilled about 17 times.
Just use a nail and go right in until you find the stud. Keep hitting it in there.
So my neighbor came over and saw that Mo and Larry were putting something up. And he suggested getting like a 1x6 or a 1x8, painting it, putting that on the wall into the studs, and then putting the guitar racks on that, and it'll be like super duper, support.
That's what I used to have, I think, at my old place. Let me see. I got a picture of that. I don't know if I actually hung them on that, or if they were hung above it. Got to go back in time here.
Gonna go back in time.
Let's get back. Yeah. Oh no,
dude. We tried putting the what are they called? Not the.
Actually, yeah, they're just resting on the board though. But the board helped. It's easier to.
Is Paul coming on tonight?
Who's Paul?
Paul who?
Uh-oh.
Paul McCartney? Are we going to get a real Beatle on here?
Paula Poundstone? Pauly Shore? Neanderpaul? I don't know. Is he in the chat? Paul's always welcome. No beef with Paul. Come on, Paul. He's got his pups, his dogs. He's out in the hot Arizona weather. I don't know if he joined our chat and saying he was going to come in tonight, but I don't know what's going on with Paul. What's going on with Paul? Paul Simon? Paul Rudd?
Paul Simon.
Which Paul could it be? Everybody misses Paul. Sorry, man. We'll see if he shows.
Yeah, Paul emojis in the chat. If anybody can do that. Channel members, Paul emojis in the chat.
Did you guys watch?
Hey, Paul emoji.
Band? Whose band? Keith Campbell saying, did you guys watch his band? Paul's band?
He's a band?
Paul Stanley. I don't know. Oh, Paul Stanley's band? I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
Now. Kiss. Oh, is that what Paul Stanley's band is?
That's Paul Stanley.
I thought Paul left. I thought Paul got fired. No, that was Dave.
Paul, not so manly Stanley.
Oh my God.
Who changed the? Oh, that was changed a little while ago. The color.
Steve Barton, man.
Thanks again, Steve Barton, for the red light or the purple light. Roxanne,
I think it.
Put it on the red light.
It's called
Violet.
Starts with an M.
Magenta.
Metallica.
Metallica light.
Yeah.
So they were talking about the Metallica book on the radio today. It's called the $24.99 book by Metallica.
Oh, like take off of the $5.98.
Yeah, kind of like exactly.
EP.
Yeah. So I want to check it out. It sounds like it's supposedly a comprehensive, like, full career book. All of their all of the band members, you know, from beginning to end, from Cliff to McGovney to everybody, Jason to Rob. Like, you may be talking about all the bass players, but those are the only guys that really changed. Dave Mustaine. But
so it goes through their whole history.
Supposedly.
So
and,
83
you know,
through 91. 83 through 91, right? That's it.
Well, yeah, I guess that would. Yeah. Well, the band formed in what, 82 probably.
Yeah, probably 81 or 82.
Ron McGovney
Probably
and
81,
Dave
yeah.
Mustaine, and then
well, no,
83.
James and Lars first, man.
Oh, that's right. And what's the what was it? The metal.
Yeah, whatever the
Metal Blade demo or whatever
classified
it was.
section was.
I had that cassette. I had that cassette with the Hit the Lights on it.
No
The
Life
original-
to Leather.
No. It was the compilation from Metal Blade.
Oh, it's
No Life to
like
Leather
metal
was just a
something,
demo. No Life to Leather was just a demo that never had an official release. But the first official release was the cassette that I had. Metal Militia, Metal Mania. Metal Militia was Van Halen, was Metallica's thing. Metal Blade Records, it was like a best of
Metal
Blade.
Massacre. Thank you,
There
Thread.
you
Of course, he knew.
Volume 1. So yeah, and that was the one. And No Life to Leather was just James and Lars too, right?
What?
Jason. No Life to Leather was James and Lars only.
No.
It was okay. So what was the one that was just James and Lars was the Metal Massacre Volume 1.
Was any of them just James and Lars?
I think that was the one because they recorded one song and it was Hit the Lights on Metal Massacre.
And it was just drums and
no, they did the other tracks too, but it was just the two of them doing just thrash metal. It's okay. It's okay.
Is that rare? Is that a rare tape?
I had that tape. I don't know how rare it was. I mean, I had the cassette.
Back
and
then?
It was an actual pressing, and it was from Metal Blade, and it was Metal Massacre Volume 1. My tapes were. I lost my tapes probably 20 years ago. You know, I think my mom sold them at a yard sale or something. But a Mustaine was on that one too. So yeah, I mean that was probably a full 4-piece on. But anyway, they did do a demo. I thought with just the two of them. Or maybe it was they just hit they wrote Hit the Lights, just James and Lars. But also more Metallica news. I guess they're coming out with a whole box set of One, which I'm hoping will have like a new remaster of a year and a half, some of the concerts, some of the binge stuff. It'd be nice to have like remasters of all that stuff, you know, Blu-ray and the whole Black Album. All, you know, there were other tracks that didn't even make it on the album that, you know, a lot of the rough cuts and that kind of stuff. So I'd be interested in seeing what's going to be on that. That'll be cool. I'm sure.
And the anniversary edition of the Black Album is coming out.
That's what I meant. Not One. Yeah, the anniversary of the Black Album. Yeah, I was saying One. But...
I thought it said that was like something else coming out too.
No, the Black Album. You're right.
Yeah, so it came out August 12th, I think, right? And then I think early September, it's coming out. The thing.
The box set. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's going to be on that? I want to.
Oh, dude, there's rough mix. There'll be rough mixes. There'll be pre-production recordings, like when they're still working out the songs.
Right.
Might be instrumental stuff. I know there was a version of Nothing Else Matters that's going to be on it that they released already. That's it's just like vocals and strings. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like alternate mixes.
Yeah,
and stuff
I mean,
like that.
The last 20 years, 30 years, like you say, I mean, the Black Album wasn't there. I mean, there was a few quality bits after that, but
that was the last album that they were Metallica.
Right.
Yep. The Metallica that we knew was over.
And not because, Jason left and Rob came in, but because Rob's, an amazing bass player, and they did some quality stuff with Rob. But
hey, Ellie woke up. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Ellie.
So yeah,
yeah.
I'd be interested to see what's on that.
I'll bring her up here real quick.
What time is it there? Oh, it's 10 to midnight. Huh.
11:40. I can't even see. 8:43, 48.
Is it weird to be watching somebody eat dinner
48
at midnight your
Not
time?
really. No, it's not weird.
It's not. It's only 10 to 9 here.
I went to college. I had midnight dinners.
Sorry for the burping. I can't.
Oh, you should be sorry. That's just really inappropriate. Yeah, I wish I had that cassette. Like there's a lot of cassettes I had. Not only like I got all the Van Halen bootlegs through the mail back in the day. That was my through like the early 90s, like the last couple of years of high school, getting the mail away bootlegs. You know, once I discovered that, I got all of the the US Festival, the rare live interviews, rare music videos. The first time I saw, like the Jamie's Crying video and the 1978 videos. Because
did you have the Rage one too?
What was that? The kind of like the bootleg name?
It was an Australian.
The one that
Australia.
The one that had, what was it? Like live hits or something like that. The video, you're talking about video or an audio?
Video.
I know they had the one
called Rage. The show was something called Rage.
Oh.
And it was dedicated to Van Halen. I think it was from Australia.
Well, they had the Countdown show that was Australia. That was the one that had.
The thing is, sorry.
Yeah.
It was called something Rage. I have it somewhere. That tape. That was the only place I ever saw the alternate version of the Finish What You Started music video.
Oh. Okay.
Did you know there's 2 versions of that video?
That's the one with black and white where they're kind of like they're all playing like in a white studio.
Mm-hmm.
Ed's got the that strange
the Spectrum 5.
Yeah, you know what that is.
But yeah, there's another version of that video that has more of the girls in it. Like
really?
Throughout the entire video. Yeah.
I'll have to look for that. Is it on
that's
YouTube?
The version you want.
Yeah. Well, I got the DVD Video Hits Volume 1, which has all those. I think it's got not all of the Sammy videos, but most of them, and then it goes all the way up to Gary and was it Fire in the Hole? What was the video with Gary? Where I posted the pictures the other day with that red guitar, the red
Fire in the Hole.
Fire in the Hole, right? Yeah.
Oh, Without You.
Without You. Okay, sorry. And so, yeah, I think Finish What You Started is on that. I have that. I have it in the other room somewhere, but what were we talking about? Oh, so yeah, the alternate versions. Yeah. Yeah.
There was another version of Finish What You Started. It was very similar, but it had more scenes with the girls in it.
Just an alternate cut, basically. Yeah, cut with more.
Yeah, more cuts. And I got that when I got this Rage. It was called something Rage, and I think it was from Australia.
Yeah, they used to have.
I have it.
The mail away video. You'd get like the video magazines too, which Metal Edge and that kind of where you get all different, like an hour's worth of a couple of live shots, a couple of of all different bands. Mm-hmm. I have one of those somewhere, one of the video cassettes from way back. And someone in the chat was talking about the I'll wait video, which was only. I don't even think there's a full version of it. The only one I've seen is like maybe 2 minutes of the song.
And it's not the whole song.
And it's got they filmed it out. I think it was filmed in London or something like that. And it's just it kind of tells the story of I'll Wait with somebody photographing a girl out on the street, basically. So, and I think they did that kind of like the same way they did the dinosaur video with from Fair Warning, where it was just something, a one-off that they did for a television promo.
Right.
Yes. The rare stuff. I love it. And then Loss of Control was another one of those that was, obviously we've all seen that one for years, but that was another one that could have been lost of control.
It could have been Lost of Control.
Yeah.
And so I just in the chat, somebody's saying, "How much more food do I have?"
I know, right?
I still have one more taco here.
You're still eating burrito or taco after taco.
I told you this could go the entire show.
That's good stuff.
It could. Plus, I can only eat on one side. Ned, get down. Ned's
Did anyone in the chat say what side they chew on? I don't think we ever finished that.
What side do you chew on?
What side of your mouth do you chew on? Johnny wants to
And
know.
also, who's in the chat? Did we say?
Yeah, we did.
Because we forgot last night.
No, I said it. I said it probably half hour ago. Oh man. Both wait videos. Top fan made one plus the other one that John Biel is talking about. Yes.
John Biel.
Let's just listen to the ASMR of Johnny eating chips. Ooh. Very crunchy. Those sound like very fresh chips. Well, what else is going on? What are you doing?
Oh, there's no ice in there. It melted.
Let's see. In the chat, what's going on? Talk to us. Any questions? What else were you guys talking about last night? Oh, Laz was showing his guitars. Got a nice collection. Where's Laz? Is he out there tonight? Is he watching tonight?
No clue.
No clue. Johnny,
no idea.
Plug the taco place, Johnny. Santa Cruz says plug the taco place. Where'd you get those, Johnny?
I got it. I'm not going to say because then everybody will go there.
Why not? Aren't they good? Make it viral.
It's amazing.
Johnny doesn't like to reveal anything. You don't know anything about Johnny. That's not even his real name.
No, it's not.
It's not even his real house.
No,
those aren't his real guitars, and he's not even really eating tacos right now. It's all an illusion.
Tracy Wise on Facebook.
Tracy.
Oh, thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars, Tracy. Thank you.
Facebook stars, yeah.
Facebook stars, Tracy Wise.
Tracy's stars. All right.
Sharon Wilddollar is asking when Nerd Halen is playing again.
Well, we'll have to wait till Nerd Halen comes on the show and tells us. But I'm sure it's in the works, whatever's coming on, whatever's going on. Hopefully things remain open. Hopefully things don't get any worse than they are. But so did Wolf join back on the tour? Is he back on the most recent shows? He played a couple of them this week, right? He didn't do the whiskey show. They rescheduled that to the end of the month, I think, right?
October,
okay.
Or something. He played LA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I saw the LA stadium show.
A bunch of friends of mine were there.
Nice.
I saw a bunch of videos from it. Good. Sorry, I don't want to. It's impossible for me to chew this food, so
you got to get a blender, just mush it all up into like a like a shake or something.
Eventually, that's what's going to have to happen.
Uh-oh. Get that taken care of, Johnny. You have an appointment at the dentist? What's going on? You afraid of the dentist? Okay,
no.
Good.
I've been to the dentist 1 billion times. No, I'm not afraid.
Good. Get it taken care of.
I'm going next week. So
I'm getting my annual checkup this week too. So yeah, good. Got to get that done. Go to your doctor. Go to your dentist. Make sure you're healthy. Everybody.
Yeah. And eat your vegetables.
Santa Cruz, tell us what the name of the place is, because Johnny won't say it. You guys are in the same city, right? More or less?
Are we in the same place? I don't know if we are.
Well, you're not actually in Santa Cruz, but you're near Santa Cruz, right?
Him or me?
You, Johnny Beane.
I am in Soquel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know is that like a borough of Santa Cruz, like a Brooklyn to New York?
It's right. If you were to drive from San Francisco to Santa Cruz, you go from San Francisco, Santa Cruz. I mean, you pass through a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It goes Santa Cruz, Capitola, Soquel.
All right, so you're a couple towns or cities away.
Yeah, but
it's not part of Santa Cruz.
But a town away is one freeway exit.
Right.
So
yeah, same around here, same thing. Yeah. But I live in two cities. I live in the city is Haverhill. Haverhill. It's spelled Haverhill if you look at it.
Halen.
It's Haverhill, but the other part of Haverhill is Bradford. You go over the river, over the bridge, the south side, which is actually the nicer side. Usually, the more south you go, the worse it gets. But you go into Bradford, and it's Bradford. It's like it's upscale. I'm not in the upscale area, but
they're saying the further south you go, it goes from Bradford to Badford.
No, Haverhill to no. You go north, and you get into Haverhill. You get into downtown. You get into Washington Square and that kind of area, which becomes like the place you don't want to be caught after midnight at.
Oh, why's that?
I don't know, because I've never gone there after midnight.
You've never gotten caught there after midnight?
Something like that. No, but anyway, yes. So it's like, but then you got like New York City, which is like the five, I don't know, someone will correct me, the 5 boroughs, Queens and Manhattan and Staten Island and the Bronx, whatever. Nobody needs to know all the boroughs of New York. They're just getting hit with a hurricane at this moment. So, but we like New York. No problems with New York. I've been there a couple times. You ever been to New York, Johnny?
One time I was there, and I ended up on David Letterman.
Really?
Yeah.
In the audience? Or were you like...
No, I was outside, and they did a scene outside where they were filming a phone booth, and I was standing right next to it.
Wow.
It's on the channel here.
I'm gonna have to look for that
on the
one.
channel here. You'll see me on Letterman.
Wow.
You'll have to find it.
Oh, Johnny, live on Straturday night. Get a glass of water. Someone, please. Send Johnny some water or some iced tea.
As I was talking, I said something, and a rice jumped.
A rice.
A rice.
Oh my God. Rice for when you want to eat 5,000 of something. I think that was Mitch Hedberg or Stephen Wright.
John Beale's a comedian, man.
Yeah, right. I wish I could take credit.
Right,
I just watch a lot of TV. Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't want to make it worse, Johnny.
Oh man.
Does Ned know the Heimlich? I hope so. I gotta see Ned coming up behind Johnny. Nope. Oh. No. Please, no. Anyway.
I can't pass out because no one else can stop the show.
I know. I'll be here all by myself. Looking at Johnny laying on the floor. Somebody do something, please.
Somebody change his lights. Maybe he'll wake up.
Oh man, yeah, right. That's the only way we can communicate with you is through the lights. Green means go. Wake up.
Change the lights from blue to red real fast. It'll look like an ambulance.
Yeah,
and somebody.
They'll see it in the window. Oh, God. Wow. wish I could read the chat. My eyes are just too blurry. I poked myself in the eye. You saw that. Do the cards. Oh, wait. Ned! Yeah, good stuff. Anyway.
What was I saying?
I don't know. You're still eating. That's the endless
I am.
burrito bowl right there.
We're an hour in. I'm still eating.
Still choking. Anyway.
Is that true?
What?
It's still there, man.
Yeah. Go up into your sinus. Could.
5,000
better than in your lung. Rather have
I think
it
it is in my lung. Are your lungs up here?
Johnny, where are your lungs?
I mean, it's under this thing, man.
Is that your lung?
It's like right here.
That's your trachea.
That's where it is.
Your windpipe.
Ugh.
This is good content. Watch Johnny as he tries to extricate a rice grain from his throat.
No, that's good rice, man. I'll keep eating it.
It's
$34 worth of rice, man.
Yeah, you better get every penny's worth of that.
Every penny.
Each rice grain is worth
What's
a penny.
that from?
Every penny. What is that from? John Biel.
Dirty Harry.
Oh, man, I haven't watched that.
We can't repeat that entire line, but
that's a good movie.
Every penny.
Wow.
That dude.
I haven't seen that in years. That is a good one, though.
Oh, yeah. My favorite Dirty Harry is
There
the
were
second one.
3 of those? It was what? Magnum Force was the last one, right?
No. They can. Speaking of Guns N' Roses,
Dirty Harry.
Guns N' Roses was in the last one.
Well, I know Dirty Harry was one of them, right? It was just called Dirty Harry. Then there was
I think the first Dirty Harry. In the chat, who knows?
In the chat, what are the Dirty Harry movies? It's quality stuff. They were good.
The second one was my favorite. I think it was called Magnum Force.
Magnum Force was. I know that was one of them. I don't know if that was the second or the third one. We'll see. Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, and then what was the other one? Magnum Force was great. Of course it was.
And then there was the one later the Deadpool.
Deadpool, okay.
That's the one with Guns N' Roses.
That's with Guns N' Roses. All right. Yeah. The original's the best. Clint is the man. Oh, the spaghetti westerns. Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, Deadpool. Welcome to the jungle.
Sudden Impact. Which one was
it? Was that actually part of the franchise?
One of those was filmed down the street from here. Like when I go to my P.O. box, literally around the corner from my P.O. box, address down below, is part of one of those movies. One of those later movies was filmed right there. No, on the street.
Nice.
One of those.
Enforcer.
And then another one was filmed down south a little bit in Carmel, where, in the chat, who was the mayor of Carmel for a while? Who knows this?
Who was the mayor of Carmel, California?
Who was the mayor of Carmel?
Carmel.
Winner will get to watch me eat a tortilla.
Wow.
Who was the mayor of Carmel?
Clint Eastwood.
Mike Rogers. There you go. Jimmy Hawkins.
Wow.
Clint Eastwood himself was the mayor.
Wow. So it's all relevant then.
And
Carol O'Connor. Sorry, you can't watch Stephen Franklin. Carol O'Connor was not. It's a donut. It's a bagel. It's a pretzel. No, it's a tortilla. It's a heart.
Now I'm wheezing because that
Oh
rice
my
is still
God.
there, man.
Not again. Not again. What was that? The aliens. Actually, Spaceballs. Not again.
Ugh. Ah.
I was gonna say Webster was the mayor, or Gary Coleman.
Webster?
Gary Coleman.
That's not. He wasn't Webster.
No, he was it was Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel Lewis, yes.
Emmanuel Lewis
I think he was a mayor of somewhere, wasn't he? Emmanuel Lewis.
I don't know.
Maybe he's still
Was he?
around, isn't he? I think he's still around.
I don't know. Is he? In the chat,
he was on that show with that when they put all the celebrities together, like the first time VH1 did that. It was with Sebastian Bach. It was with Scott Ian, Ted Nugent. I don't know if they were all musicians. Who remembers that show? It was on like VH1 back in the early 2000s, and they formed a band together. They lived together in like a house. Emmanuel Lewis. And then there was the second season was like Vern Troyer. Like they always had like a little.
I know
person
somebody that was on that.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what was the name of that. It was Celebrity something. So the Surreal Life was that? No, wasn't the Surreal Life with the what's her name? The Hilton, Paris Hilton. Was that the Surreal Life? What was the
Did
one
you
with
see her house, man?
No. That was the.
I saw her on TikTok.
Life?
No, Paul, you're welcome, man. I saw her on TikTok.
Of course, you're welcome.
Paris Hilton.
Come on in, man. We need a third.
Paris Hilton got a razor, a scooter.
Okay, yeah.
So she can ride around her house.
Was that from back like 15 years ago, or was that a recent?
No,
thing?
I think it was just like recent.
Okay, yeah.
That
makes sense.
The other day I saw it on TikTok.
She's been out of the news for 15 years. Whatever. So the show she was on, I think, was that the Simple Life that she was on?
Yeah,
with what's his name?
Nicole
Richie. Yeah, Nicole Richie. And so okay, so the Surreal Life, and Paul can probably help us on this. The Surreal Life, yeah. So it was somebody's saying Vince Neil was on it. There was the one of the Coreys, Corey Feldman was on it.
No, the other one,
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim was.
Corey Feldman was in one of them, and and Vanilla Ice was in one of them. They did like 3 seasons of it. The first one I think had Ted Nugent. It had, and they made a band.
Oh, Paul, you are here.
Ted Nugent, Scott Ian, Jason Bonham, he was in it. I may have a couple different shows mixed up because the one I'm thinking of was all musicians. Then there was another one like Vanilla. Then there was another show that Vanilla Ice, Corey Haim, Emmanuel Lewis was on. They were all, and they made a band together. Making the band, I think, is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, Rockstar Supernova.
Yeah, well, do you remember what I'm talking about? It was on VH1 in the early 2000s. With the one I remember was Scott Ian on guitar, Jason Bonham on drums, Sebastian Bach on vocals.
Yeah, it was.
Ted Nugent. Nugent on guitar.
that was Rockstar Supernova.
Okay.
Well, that was before that. No, that was before that. It was
Fernando.
I forget the name of that show, but that was super group or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, some kind of making the band, some kind of super group.
And that was where Ted Nugent was freaked out because Sebastian Bach was drunk all the time drinking wine, and Ted's a teetotaler. And from that band, I think is where Scott Ian got into like the Damn things and doing a couple of other things.
It was a cool show.
I would say, it was well done. Obviously the major drama was Ted Nugent versus Sebastian Bach. You got to have those two guys. Obviously Nugent as intense as he is, and Sebastian as out of control as he is. That all made sense.
Right.
They
did it on purpose. Of course, they did it all on purpose.
Oh, sure.
Put different, different personalities together.
It's all edited together.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, if real life,
there's no such thing as reality television. Make no mistake about it. All that stuff is as real as pro wrestling.
Right. It's all made in the editing suite,
This is more reality than that is.
Definitely.
Although more editing.
Wrestling's not real? Oh, wait a minute. I love wrestling.
Yeah, then you must be all excited because CM Punk made his return last night, and everybody's freaking out over it.
Yeah, I like watching the old. AEW is better than anything else right now. But
that's what I was going to say. What's the late? I saw the ads for AEW. Was that TBS? They do.
Yeah, TNT. AEW. They're really they're doing what Ted Turner did back in the '90s. This guy named Tony Khan is doing what Ted Turner did in the 90s, and he's just poaching talent and basically beating up on Vince McMahon during a time when Vince McMahon is dealing with financial issues and ratings losses, and it's it's business.
Is it even a thing? WWE, is that still a thing?
It's still a thing, and it still sells. But obviously, the economy being what it's been the past year for concerts and any other live event, there's some vulnerability there. And as any business would do, if you have an opportunity to take a share of the buying public, you're going to take you're going to jump on it.
Right.
By the way, I don't know how to pronounce your name. DVD FRNZ WBR. I don't know what that means. DVD friends with Brian Regan. I don't know what that is, but I'm aware of what Supergroup was. I didn't need to read your comment, but I appreciate that. Thank you. And everybody's left out the fact that Evan Seinfeld from Biohazard was part of that as well. But
he was on that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was on that. He was on that porno. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, he actually, he was married. He is married to Tara Patrick, or was. I don't know if they're still together.
They all.
But yeah, so anyway, from a wrestling standpoint, not to get too deep into those weeds. The big thing was the return of CM Punk, who is a 42-year-old guy who weighs about 190 pounds soaking wet, that apparently is about to save professional wrestling. So more power to him.
Well, that's like me.
Well, I remember CM Punk when he was great and in his prime, but now, I don't want to remember CM Punk in Vegas, fat, dying, and bloated on the toilet.
Well, you're talking about like The Wrestler, the movie.
That was a great movie.
Story.
That was really well done.
I saw that movie. How did it end, by the way?
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
The ending.
It's kind of open for interpretation, but I think I don't think he makes it.
Yeah.
I thought he
didn't make it.
Doesn't make it. Keith Campbell in the chat mentioning a late text Thursday. No problem, man. It's all good. I was just asleep and my phone. I knew you guys were going to be talking, so my phone blew up at like 10 o'clock at night. And on a school night, on a weeknight, as Jay well knows, when you have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock texts are somewhat. So I basically left the chat. So I apologize if it seemed rude.
Oh yeah, we're in his chat.
Yeah, no, we do that all the time. I basically shut down notifications on my phone, but for whatever reason, at night, in case there's an emergency, I leave it open, and my phone just started buzzing. Yeah, my DMs are open. You up? If I ever need to know what video game Johnny is playing right now at 2:15 a.m. Pacific time, because Johnny never sleeps.
Every night, GTA tonight and every night.
Dude, we have so much fun over there. You guys have to know about it.
So
much fun.
Really?
I have GTA, whichever version you have. I have that available. I think on my Xbox. Yeah, on my Xbox. Can I jump in on your network and start shooting you guys randomly? See, that sucks.
No,
I got to do it on computer, right?
We're on PC.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna have to find a copy of it on PC. Jump in and just come in and just snipe you guys.
Dude,
never played it.
Oh, it's awesome. Don't get me make no mistake. It's great.
Always a snipe.
Yeah, always a snipe. You just go. I'll just go in there and stab you guys from an alley. I'll just come out of an alley and stab you in the throat and run.
Oh my god! From out of nowhere.
That's the beauty of the game. The beauty of the game.
RKO.
Yeah, it's an open environment, so you can just do whatever you want. You don't have to follow the game. That's the beauty of GTA. Is yes, there's a point to the game, but who cares?
Yeah, it's amazing, and you guys got to follow me over there. You have to. So much fun.
You have to. You just
have to. You gotta.
You gotta.
I was on there last night for almost 5 hours.
Oh. Then do you go to bed after that? You try and go to sleep after playing like 5 hours of games?
Yeah.
About 10 to 15 minutes later.
The only video game I got into, like, of the recent era, aside from Atari and Pac-Man back in the 80s, was not GTA. It was Call of Duty. I had Call of Duty on my Mac. and that was fun. And if I would stay up, playing like a couple hours of that, and then going to sleep. Then you're trying to fall asleep, but you're still like in the game a little bit.
You're still
thinking
running around.
Yeah, you're doing the whole mission. Like I
had that Modern Warfare.
Never sleep like that.
I had.
Yeah, one of the sad part about that is you get lost in those games. It's like being in a casino where there's no clock, and you start out, you're like, I'll just kill 20 minutes doing this. Next thing you know, it's 4.5 hours later. You're like, shit, what am I doing here?
Try doing some editing. That's a productive use of your time. I've done that, like editing, not only like audio editing, but video editing. Like it's been 5 hours I've been here doing this, but you actually get something done.
There was another one that's kind of like Grand Theft Audio called Bully, which was even more fun. Bully was you were in school and you just ran around and got in fights.
that actually sounds.
Bully was good. And then what was the other one? It was murder and like just complete murder and rape. Somebody will know it in the it's awful.
Just murder and rape. Okay.
Yes, you were in a snuff film. What was the one that was the snuff film one?
Hunter.
Shit. I have it too. I've got it here somewhere. I'm just trying to remember the name of it without having to go find it.
Oh, I'm so full.
But it's an awful game.
Postal? Oh man, I have Postal.
Thrash metal. That's what I was thinking of. The first dirty, kind of dirty video game, Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry was the first dirty video game. Fuck, what's the name of that game? Come on, somebody knows what it is.
Well, people are saying, was it Postal? Was it God of War?
No.
Soda? No, Soda is like saying hi to Soda.
Shit. Hang on. Now I'm gonna.
It's really not that important. It's okay.
It is important because it's really.
I know
funny.
it's gonna bug you.
It's an awful name.
Someone will find it. John B.O.
Yeah.
Put out the bat signal.
Somebody will be able to know. It's no, and everybody's talking about Red Dead Redemption, by the way, the one that the Western.
I did see the promos for that. If I had a system, I'd play it. I don't want to go down that road because that's all I'll do. I'll be if I got like a PS4 or 5, whatever the hell is out now. I'll be like Johnny. I'd be like Johnny and doing it all the time.
Get a PC.
I'll go get it. Hang on. It's gonna drive me fucking nuts.
I have a Mac, so a Mac is kind of limited at this point. I don't think I guess nowadays it's on any platform. You can play just about anything. But
can you?
That's what I used to play is PC games. Before I had a Mac, I'd play PC games with, like I was saying, Call of Duty or Age of Empires was one of my favorites. And that was like the role playing, not really role playing. What do they call that? Like, I don't know, where you have like different maps and you have to navigate and do that kind of stuff.
Oh, those games? Oh, those are boring.
No,
there we'll go.
Age of Empires was great.
Manhunt.
Wow.
Manhunt. This is it's an old PS2 game, yeah. Wow. And I've got Manhunt 2 too, but it's still in package because I
got Manhunt 2 too.
But I never finished Manhunt. But you want to? This is brutal. This game is like, I guess you're in a snuff film and you end up moving on. moving on, and like you have to like slit people's throats and like choke them out with barbed wire and like saw their heads off and stuff. It's brutal.
So Sony actually authorized that?
Yeah, it's a Rockstar Games. The same people that do. This is one of those ones. Yeah. This is one of those ones that didn't last very long because the video game people flipped out over it. But oh my God, Manhunt was awful. This is an awful game.
Video game stuff. Again, I'm really of the old.
I wonder if that's. Sorry, John. I wonder if that's because there's a list of games that are banned on Twitch. That might be one of them.
Probably.
There it is. It's they just killed Cash. Now they want to kill him again. You awake to the sound of your. I can't even read this because it's not light enough here in the room. This is a brutal blood sport. Mature for intense violence, strong language, and blood and gore.
Wow.
This is a brutal game. It's awful. In fact, I may go back.
Good way to waste 5 hours.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, you start playing it, and you're like, well, how much worse can this get? It gets a lot worse.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, it's awful. It's a terrible game.
Paul will be playing it later tonight on Twitch.
Yes, I'll be playing it later tonight on Twitch. Join me. I'll be sawing Johnny's head off with barbed wire. By the way, I want to point something out. Jay, your room is remarkably, spectacularly spotless. Look how clean that room is. What happened there?
Who, me?
Jay's room. Why is it so clean?
Well, he can explain.
I sold all my guitars, man.
It's been a rough month at the Hannon household.
Yeah, okay.
No, we had.
Or did you just ship them all back?
Yeah, returned them all. What was I gonna say? I had company staying up here, and they had 2 kids, so I had to.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Rumpus room.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kid.
That's what I was telling the guys before. I took 3 hours up here contemplating whether I should go get a couple guitars out from the closet and my guitar stand, and I just I didn't do it.
Do you have an acoustic, Jay?
My wife does. We don't play it though.
Grab
the acoustic.
I've been going through the Les Paul phase again. So I've had the Les Pauls out, and this is the only one I have with a headstock job on it.
Les Pauls, plural.
Yeah,
Les Pauls.
They're not. Well, they're only Les when they kiss each other.
That's a nice example of a standard there, man.
Yeah, this is a great standard. This is 2001, 2001 plain top tobacco
plain
burst.
Top. I was going to say that's not a plain top.
No, it's plain. Burst. It just doesn't have any flame on it. But it's a burst. But it's a plain top tobacco burst. 490, 498 humbuckers in it. Ebony fretboard. Grover tuners. This is how they came from the factory in the early 2000s. Although this one, I don't think this one is. Depending on what year, it sometimes they were and they weren't weight relieved. They had the Swiss cheese. This is the heaviest Swiss cheese guitar. If it's been routed out with the 9 holes, this is the heaviest. Know. This is the heaviest weight relieved Les Paul I own. It's a great one.
Now you said it had a headstock repair, or it doesn't have a
Yeah, this one had a headstock repair. This is the only one I got this, and the guy that repaired it did a great job. But you'll notice they spray it with paint to try and hide the crack. And when they hide the crack with the paint, they also sometimes will paint the neck joint to try and give it sort of a burst finish on the back of the neck, so that it goes black and then sort of coffee flavored or coffee colored, and then black again down by the neck joint.
This one has a repair, and it was well done. You know,
this was too. This was well done, and I got this for
the whole neck kind of. This is.
Oh, you got the whole neck snap.
It didn't come. It never came off. It was just a split. It never came off.
Yeah, this was a crack along the headstock. I don't think the headstock even came off. I think it just fell and cracked. And another one that I got from our friend Dane over at Zim's Guitars, and I paid for this about what you would pay for a used studio.
So you got it.
Because it had a headstock repair, and some people won't buy them. I played it, and then actually we went in the back and wired it up 50 style so that you've got less, like a treble bleed, so that everything, all the volume and everything tapers off the way it's supposed to. This is a great guitar. Of all the Les Pauls I have, this is the one I play the most, because if it falls and it cracks the headstock, it's already been done.
It's all right,
but it's not going to.
Repair isn't the end of the instrument.
Nope, not on these. And in fact, like everybody says, when they do the headstock repair, that becomes the strongest joint on the guitar. If it's going to crack or you're going to get another headstock split, it's not going to be in the same place where you put the tight bond and the clamp it right. So,
and so many Gibsons, you got to watch that, especially the SGs. You know.
By the way, Zach Thong,
kindling.
I never said CM Punk was fat. I said he's old.
I thought you did say something. Maybe you said you don't want to be a fat old later on. I don't know. I thought you did say fat.
No, I said he's 42-year-old.
Let's go to the
42
videotape.
It's
Yeah,
all
go to the
there on
videotape.
the
We have
video.
I don't believe I said fat.
I can really give two shits.
Yeah.
It's like I did catch the Mancuda dropping his BC Rich the other night.
Wait.
Oh my God.
The titles on those VHSs: Spank Bank 7,
Johnny, what are we looking at?
Boner Jams.
Boner Jams 10.
Wow.
This is all Van Halen.
No.
Well, let's see him,
Oh,
man.
What are the odds?
95.
69.
Montreal 85. 95.
Sammy Hagar, Lost Trace.
You actually have a VCR, Johnny, and if you do, is it hooked up?
No.
I
do.
I have one,
not
and
hooked up.
it can be hooked up.
Okay.
I have a VCR DVD, burner combo here, so I can transfer all those old VHSs to DVDs for those people that want
days
for a nominal fee.
I have a Lord of the Rings VHS player. It's a Lord of the Rings Panasonic edition. Or
that's weird.
Panasonic Lord of the Rings edition.
You watched those?
It was one of the last actual VHS players to be produced, so it's actually a good quality. But
you watch a couple of years.
It's irrelevant that it's Lord of the Rings.
No, it's not, because a couple of years from now, some J.R.R. Tolkien nerd.
Oh yeah, I know.
will pay you $5 million for it.
Maybe that's the only thing. But it's actually a great VCR for I got on eBay for less than $100. That plays really well, and it's got all the good outputs. The SVHS output and all that stuff. So, and I got all kinds of VHS that I need to transfer, home movies and stuff like that. Ned's got his little house, his little cat door there.
Yeah. That's Ned's cat door. I have to do.
Is that your garage? What are we looking at, Johnny?
Yeah.
That's where Ned.
That's where he brings all
back in the day when Ned would never come in the house, he'd stay in the garage, right?
That's where he brings all his killing from.
You guys don't want to see the floor here. It's nothing but guts.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
It's like multiple murder scenes. That's his kill room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not joking. There's like guts under the table here.
Oh man.
Crunching bones as you walk. Slipping on intestines.
That's Johnny's old 1958 Corvette under the they make Corvettes in 58 under the tarp over there.
I don't know.
Paul knows.
Oh yeah, gross.
Corvettes, man. The second you see one, you know who's driving it.
Middle age, balding.
What are you talking
got
about?
It on their
Corvette.
fourth trophy wife.
The Corvette is the lamest.
Oh, I know.
Cool car.
An 80s
really
Corvette. An 80s Corvette is terrible.
And it's by far the lamest cool car. Like by far. Because you instantly know who, like I said, you know who's driving it.
You get like a mid 70s Corvette with all those like the streamline. What is it? Like I'm not a big car guy, but like the early 70s, the muscle car Corvettes were cool.
I guess.
Anyway, I guess. Yeah. No, the 80s. I just remember when I was in high school, like the Mustangs of the 80s, the Corvettes of the 80s, the Monte Carlos, no, I'm thinking the Camaros and those of the.
Is it Chelsea or Kelsey?
Those were all terrible though. Like I just, yeah, it was the far past the muscle car era. Back in the late 90s and 2000s, they came back with some cool ones.
Like 1999.
Right in 1999, there was some great muscle cars. But yeah. Anyway,
I saw when we went to we used to get down to Lake of the Ozarks, and I was living in Kansas City. We would do this. Basically, it was a Wild Hogs run. It was 4 middle-aged guys on Harleys pretending they were free for a weekend, and we'd go down. Place it's called the Pig Trail. It's in the southern part of Missouri, down into Arkansas, and we'd stop in Eureka Springs, then go all the way down to Hot Springs. Well, in Eureka Springs, it usually turned out when we would do the fall run, there was like this Corvette club that would meet down there for the weekend, and they were all the exact same guy. Jimmy Buffett fans taking their sports car out for a weekend ride. Their wives all had the clown face because it'd been lifted here and there. It was, and all they did was park in front of the motel and wax their cars. They were all just, there's all these guys in khaki shorts and button-down Izod Lacoste shirts waxing their cars like it was the greatest thing ever. And we played a game, and this is going to come across sounding racist when I do it, but it's not, which was find the black guy driving a Corvette.
Oh, jeez.
It's not an African American thing.
No, that's
it's a middle-aged white guy suburban thing. Corvettes are a middle-aged white guy suburban car. It's the most amazing thing. You don't see many African Americans. You don't see anybody but rich middle-aged white guys driving Corvettes.
Yeah, you might be onto something there.
I can't say I disagree with you.
Again, it sounds racist because I'm just pointing out a fact, and it's not meant to.
Only because you're explaining it. Only because you're explaining.
No.
You know?
It's just
you don't have to make a point of it. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
PP Burns asks, which is a great name, by the way. PP Burns, that'd be a great porn name. What model Harley do you own? I have two. I have an FXR3 and a Fat Boy.
Harley Davidson.
The old ones were like that, Jay, for sure. The shovel heads and the AMF Harleys were garbage.
Don't forget the pan heads and the shovel heads. And
the shovel heads were the worst ones.
Yeah, what was the other one? The knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads are the oldest ones.
Yeah, I watch American Pickers a couple times.
Yeah, knuckleheads are the oldest ones. Then you get your pan head, then your shovel head, then what they call the block head. Oh, and I left out flathead. I apologize. Flatheads were actually the first ones. Yeah, flathead, knucklehead, panhead, shovelhead,
Richard Head,
blockhead, I think is the way they
blockhead.
I don't do Sturgis because I like to ride my motorcycle.
Sturgis does him.
I don't like to ride my motorcycles. I don't like to stand on the curb and admire.
LaCroix.
And Renus Pinkel, you don't spend much time fixing Harleys these days. They're actually pretty well made.
Motley
Whoa.
Hi, buddy. Wow, what are you, Jack Morris now? For those of you that don't know about that, Jack Morris, who is a color guy for the
wasn't that Saved by the Bell?
Detroit Tigers. He was a pitcher for the Detroit Tigers years ago. He was one of them, one of those guys like Randy Johnson who was considered a mean guy pitcher. Shohei Ohtani steps up to the plate this week during one of the games as the Angels are playing the Tigers, and they said, "So now what do you do with Shohei Ohtani coming to the plate?" And Jack Morris said, and I'm not advocating, I'm just repeating it: "Be very, very careful." He's been suspended. He's been suspended for his racist comments, and may be fired. So it was a bad idea. It was a bad choice of words. He says he didn't mean to be racist, but I don't think people who say racist things generally mean it. They're just
wait. You think or you don't think?
I don't think. I think some people who say racist shit don't understand that it's racist shit. They just think which is why I have to go into this long, drawn out explanation as to why we played the game. Find the black guy driving a Corvette.
You're visiting that one again, huh?
No. That's why, because it's Jack.
Line.
Because of what Jack Morris said. I feel like I have to do this overly explanatory thing because we live in a time where we have to tell people not to drink laundry detergent or eat laundry detergent.
Oh, the Tide pods.
Yeah.
The Tide Pod Challenge.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing in the world that we have to tell people that we have to put a label on a hot cup of coffee that says, "Caution, this coffee may be hot."
My coffee may burn your penis right off.
Yeah, hot coffee in this cup, and another thing, water is wet. So.
Yeah, do you actually have to put a little drawing of somebody slipping?
Maybe, I don't know.
We got two Johnnies.
How many feeds do we need from Johnny Beane tonight? Why do we have multiple Johnny Beane feeds?
Because I had the dinner feed.
Oh, you had the echo feed too.
The echo feed. How do you do this? Like that? Sort of?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Coffee May Burn a Vulva sounds like it could be a Pearl Jam song.
If it was anything past verses, it would suck. So,
I think Vitology was the last decent Pearl Jam record, but you're right.
Handful of good songs on that album.
Yeah, there's a band that went like this and then went bye.
Great, yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm. Go ahead.
And those first two albums are so great, especially 10, that doesn't matter. You could put out shit after shit for 20 years, and it doesn't matter because your first release and a lot of your second one is iconic music. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, you're right. There are certain bands that have been able to
release. Is that what you
live
said?
off
Your
of that
release?
Who said that?
I heard your first release. That's all I heard.
Oh, my first release? I thought I broke it.
Of the morning?
Oh, first of the day.
My first ever? I thought I broke it.
I felt like I was cold. Like, it's cold in here, but I kind of like it being cold in here. Turn on the air conditioning.
Wow.
Hey, Charlie S.
Oh, crickets.
And a hush falls over the show.
I just went to get some Cheez-Its. That's all I wanted.
Who wants to play Manhunt? Anyone? Manhunt? No? All right.
Manhunt. Let me see if that's a banned game on Twitch.
I bet it is.
Guitar band, rock band.
List of prohibited games.
Leisure Suit Larry is probably one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see. For the M's. No, it's not.
Ooh, you guys should find it.
Oh,
Got a game of Manhunt going.
And Leisure Suit Larry is not either.
Wow.
You had a game of Manhunt going. That'd be awesome. Stupid.
Great. Although there is a game called Genital Jousting, which is banned.
It is. That is banned? Son of a bitch. I was just going to suggest we get into one of those. I imagine his genital jousting must be just like Joust, the video game. Instead of flying around on these ostriches, it's just your dick hanging out, and you got to slam a guy in the head.
Oh, man.
Craven Soda said Pearl Jam shouldn't have changed their drummer. I agree. Dave Ambrosese, how do you say his last name? He was
Dave Abruzzese.
Easily their best drummer, and added that more of a progressive drumming sound and style to their music. And what's his name from Soundgarden?
John Biel.
The drummer they had, the drummer that Pearl Jam has now.
Matt Cameron.
Matt Cameron. He's a great drummer in Soundgarden. I can't listen to him in Pearl Jam. I think he sucks.
Oh, wasn't Jack Irons the guy between those two though?
I thought he might have been.
Primus.
Yeah, I thought Jack Irons was the guy between.
Yep, I think you're right.
And he had something to do with Primus, right? Les Claypool.
But Matt Cameron, man, he just, like I said, he's a great drummer. But for some reason, especially when he plays those old Pearl Jam songs, they just don't have the magic and the flair that they used to.
And the snare.
Yeah, and the snare.
The flair, the snare.
Yep.
I was lucky enough to see Pearl Jam 4 days before they got famous. They played like on. I want to say it was either a Tuesday or a Thursday night. I think it was a Thursday night at a place called Axis in Boston. And there were maybe 150 people there. There was nobody there. And then they played Saturday Night Live 2 days later. And by a week after I saw them with like 150 people upstairs at Axis on Lansdowne Street, for those people that aren't from Boston, there were two different clubs. It was Avalon, which was the big ballroom, which is where Slash and those guys, Rage Against the Machine would play. And then there was a smaller club upstairs called Axis. And when you would play up there, it was, a couple of hundred people could fit. And there were less than 200 people at the show. And a week later, Pearl Jam were megastars. And it was so cool because it was the same show. Like they still played a show like it was a room full of 1,000 people.
How was Eddie? Was he shy in that show? I know early.
Yeah,
on,
he was still sort of mumbling and looking at the floor. And, he looked sort of demented back then. He was very, very nervous. And one of these, these rocker guys where he'd be in between songs, he'd be, all right, thank you. And like looking away, like he wasn't a front man at all.
You watched their documentary 20, I think it was a couple of years ago they came out with.
Yeah.
And there was one, at least they call attention to it in the movie. There was one show where somebody was like, one of the security guys was really being hard on someone in the crowd. And they, at least in the movie, they say that this is like where the turning point of Eddie Vedder.
He was cool. I mean, they were cool. The band 11 opened for them. And they were cool. It was cool to see. It was cool to see them in a club. I have the ticket stub somewhere. It's probably in with the 10 CD. I usually I would take the ticket stub and throw it in underneath the tray of the CD or something like that. So it's probably in the CD somewhere.
Good idea.
But yeah, it was just cool to see bands like that in a club. Saw Rage Against the Machine in a club.
Jesus,
that was weird. But look, there hasn't been a huge musical movement since nu metal. I mean, the grunge thing was the last one that was really sort of culture changing. Changed the whole culture, changed the way we dressed, changed the way we spoke, all of the things that come with it.
It changed the way we gave a shit.
Yeah, and then nu metal happened, and nu metal really got embraced by the bros, and that sort of changed everything. But there hasn't been a big rock musical movement.
Well, that's it. Yeah, rock is the key word. Rock, because there's been the country stuff.
And hip hop obviously has
hip hop. Yeah, and pop, but rock, the newest thing in rock. I mean, you got like. The Foo Fighters are still putting out good music,
but they've been around for 30 years.
I know you're right. I mean, a new rock band, the Greta Van Fleet is what everyone would quote.
Yeah, but those guys, all those quote unquote new rock bands, the Wolf Mothers and the Greta Van Fleet.
Let's not forget Mammoth WVH,
the rival Sons and all those guys. They're all doing. Hope. They're going back and doing something that's already been done better by other bands.
Yeah.
And that's the tough part is if you decide you're going to do a retro feel to your band and your band is going to sound like a movement or something that came in the past, it better be good. It better be good because the bar that you're measured against is Bad Company and Led Zeppelin and the Stones and the Doors and Van Halen and bands that are clearly legendary bands. And if you're going to try and dip your toe into that pool, you better be good.
Right.
The only other movement, I guess, or whatever change is more of an underground thing in metal with the whole gent thing with like Meshuggah and then, a lot of that stuff kind of taking from there. But that's more of an underground thing. It's not like a
right.
Even they
there hasn't been a but what I know what Jay is saying, there is certainly a cool thing happening, but it's not a mass appeal thing. It's not something that's getting not. And I think that and to our dismay, because rock in the United States and America, not to quote Gene Simmons, is certainly not in its best place.
Pete Townsend, rock is dead.
It's possible.
In some ways, it's hard to say, but
it's not dead, but it's back underground. It's become the counterculture again, which might be great.
Well,
because there's still plenty of great music out there. You can find it. You just got to look for it.
And think of the past couple years, guitar sales have been 2020 was, I know it's because of a certain thing as everybody's sitting home, but that was the most, everybody that I've spoken to from either a music store or a guitar company has said, dude, crushing. Yeah. Not even like close. We're crushing our numbers.
Well,
and sold more guitars this year, than any other year.
And by the way, it doesn't hurt that some of the, I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm just going to say that's thanks to classic rock. Classic rock is the biggest genre of rock for the last 20 years. Classic rock is the biggest genre.
Yeah, and it's funny because classic is interpreted as old, and it's not old, it's best.
Yeah.
It's the best. That's how the kids
it's
see
the
it
best
now.
of that of those songs.
No, but it's the best of all of it. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is kids even things like, Metallica is classic rock,
right.
Pearl Jam is classic rock,
Roses, yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Nirvana. I mean, at this point, Disturbed is classic rock. Yeah. It's been around 20 years.
Is it 20 or 25? It's 20.
It's 20. It's a generation. It's a generation. So, but like one of the biggest testing, and by testing I mean we spend a lot of money asking the audience what songs they want to hear on the radio station. One of the biggest testing songs nationwide in the United States of America on every rock radio station, whether it's alternative, whether it's your new rock radio station, whether it's your favorite heritage classic rock station, Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
You can hear it daily on three to five different channels up around here.
It is the song that translates to top 40, alternative, pop, rock, classic rock. It's Stairway to Heaven for the 90s.
Rap.
It is, yes. That song, it's what they call a first page tester, which is when you do these research projects, and this is, I'm pulling back the curtain, but radio stations spend millions of dollars surveying the audience of the city that they serve and saying, what songs do you want to hear on the radio station? And the songs you hear on the radio stations in the city that you live in are the songs that people have said they want to hear on the station. So it's not like you're being force-fed these songs. It's they ask people want to hear. We always talk about what are our favorite movies. Well, Ferris Bueller and Fast Times and all that stuff. What do we love? The Simpsons and Family Guy and whatever it is. We're just talking about a 20-year-old video game. Nostalgia and comfort equals the greatest, and that goes back to what John was saying about classic rock
and memories too. When you were that age, when you were a kid or a teenager or whatever, when those songs were played, it reminds you of all those cool memories when you're partying and hanging out and stuff like that.
We make our lifetime choices between the ages of 12 and 20. That's when we decide what we like.
That's why I am what I am.
that's when we decide what we like. Is when we start to get to that point.
Explains a lot.
When you hit puberty and you start to decide you're going to be your own person, you start making your choices. You decide what brand of soda you're going to drink. You decide what kind of sneaker you're going to wear. We decide what kind of what bands you like, what your favorite foods are, whether it's pizza or whatever. That's where you make your choices, and you pretty much stick to it. It's very rare that somebody in their 40s and 50s discovers something new that they like.
Well, for myself, I'm constantly trying to find something new, and I've discovered a lot of rock bands
But are you talking about rock bands from the era?
No, I'm talking old stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I've done the same thing.
Rediscovered or
a lot
just
of bands
discovering,
that came out in the 80s, and then a few bands that are newer but have that same type, like Crazy Licks and Heat and stuff like that. Well, Heat's first album is good, but bands like that sound like that. They do it well.
Jay,
is he getting really fast on you?
Jay's
he's getting choppy. Jay's getting choppy.
Whoa,
Jay, can you hear us?
Yeah, your video has gotten pixelated and you're becoming choppy.
Somebody's uploading somewhere.
Yeah, but it was always that's a perfect
Jay.
And we're done.
Back. Looks like his avatar. Is he really just gone, or is he trying to fix it?
Jay, blink twice if you're still listening to us.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh, wait.
You got something.
You are still here.
Stand by. We got something going on.
What happened?
Am I good?
Oh, weird.
Getting better.
It's like you come back.
Here it comes. All right.
We'll see what happens. I think my internet reset. Maybe.
But yeah.
Because the chat got disconnected.
Oh,
chit.
no.
The chit.
Oh, you can't lose the chat.
Never a chit.
Never a cheat. So I didn't. I don't think I've said this yet, or I told you, but I posted it on Facebook today. I was on an off ramp, coming on the off ramp on Friday, coming home from work, and I saw a panhandler on the off ramp. You know, the people that hold the signs that tell you, homeless, please help out. I'm a veteran, that kind of stuff. And this one just said, "Who do you have to go down on in this town to get high?"
So you obviously contributed to him.
No, I didn't have any cash on me, or I would have.
So you took him home.
I don't carry cash. So
that's original. I'm going to give you some money.
It was great. Yes, I wanted to give him money.
I don't think he wanted money.
No, I know.
I wanted to give him my truck.
You said truck,
or maybe. Hey, you want to ride?
Well, I saw a guy today with his whole family in front of Walmart, and he's got a sign, "Just lost my job. I have 5 kids." He's got 2 kids in
I got 5 kids to feed.
And they're all there. He's got 2 kids in
I
colleges.
need a job.
All 5?
All 5 kids. They're all there. And the kids are coming up to the cars, taking stuff. Like, he says he's got a list of things he wants, diapers and whatever. And, yeah. And so they were holding up traffic going out of Walmart. I was actually at the supermarket next door. And he was holding up traffic and trying to go around him. But I mean, I felt bad.
He walked out with a brown paper bag.
It's the first time I've seen someone with like the whole family there. They're all.
Oh no,
there.
You see that all the time out here. But the thing is though, is they're not real. They're what do you call them?
Scammers, grifters.
Yeah, they're called
grifters.
They didn't look too
scammers.
They didn't look too desperate to me.
They live in a
mansion.
They're gypsy. Is it gypsies?
Yeah.
Gypsies? No, there's a name. There's a name for them, and people
nomads.
Yeah, they pick them up, and they're scammers, is what they are.
Yeah.
And then they get into their Escalade, brand new Escalade.
What you do is if you follow them as they're leaving, packing up for that night, you see them. They walk around the corner, and they
they did that. They did investigative reports. Maybe John Blinn remembers this from in Boston. They did a
John BL reporting.
No, he remembers. Channel 5 did this thing where they followed this. Yeah, they followed this
CBB.
This woman who was claiming to be homeless. She drove her, I don't know, it was either a Volvo or a BMW to Newton Center, which is a very affluent neighborhood.
Volva?
Got on a Dolores. And she got on the Green Line, which is a suburban train, like a light rail. Went into downtown Boston, got out, was dressed all disheveled, panhandled all day, took her money, got back on the Green Line, because you can leave from Boston out to the suburbs on the Green Line. You used to be able to do it for free as long as you did it above ground. You didn't do it in the subway. You could get on going outbound for free.
Don't do that on the subway.
And then she would go all the way out to Newton Center again, get in her either Volvo which is an affluent neighborhood, get in her Volvo or BMW, and then drive to Needham, which is an even more affluent area. And she said, they think at the time, and this was the early 90s, I think she was making some 60 to 80 grand a year doing that.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted
something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Channel 5 did this thing about it. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, so it sucks because there are legitimately people who need a job, who need help.
It's a job. You're taking advantage of us, but it's still a job.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
You don't have to claim it. No, you could probably, you don't have to claim any of it. Charity.
But there are the problem is that the people that do this, and to Robot Master Switch's point, the people that do this cause everybody to be suspicious of people who genuinely need the help.
Yes, that happens a lot,
it's every one for the one or a small group of people that take advantage of the system, it screws up the system.
Right.
And not only just the food thing, but ones that do use the money to buy liquor or drugs or something. That too. Of course, if you knew that somebody was, down on their luck and whatever, that's one thing. But like you said, Paul, the fact that there are ones out there that aren't, that's not real, or using it for alcohol and drugs.
And that's the other thing. There's all kinds of government programs where you can get that stuff if you need it. If you're in need, the government.
Well, this show took a real serious turn.
No, but you're talking about the people that are out there. But that's what I mean. If you have to go out and beg,
if you need help,
just go to the the food bank or something, instead of doing that. I didn't mean to bring it down. I just was like, But that's what I was thinking today when I saw that. When I saw the guy begging for his 5 kids, like
you think
I saw the guy begging for his 5 kids, just go to the food bank. Go to the, there's a million places, different places you can go.
I'd rather feel like shit than be full of shit.
Sorry.
And here's one more thing. My apology. Fuck you.
What?
You
nothing.
Bring me down. Bring me down. There it is.
Sorry, I was picking up the change. Now I'm making the pizza.
All right.
We put
was it Biohazard that did that video with all the dances that tells you what you're picking up the change?
I don't know.
The bowler. And then making the pizza.
The bowler.
Sounds like Biohazard.
The bowler.
They had a lot of stories in their songs that they just start talking about that stuff.
Suicidal Tendencies is great. In fact, I think.
Oh,
and there he is.
Hey now.
Good evening.
Whoa. Good evening.
How's everybody doing?
Caleb shows
just in. Caleb Rappaport joins us live from
Bonerville.
Bonerville?
Johnny's.
I wish I.
Hang on, Lemmy's barking. I'll be right back.
Oh, and Paul's out.
He leaves right when
Paul's
I come
gone.
in. There's a beef.
It's like two weeks in a row, or 2 out of the last 3 weeks he's done that, right?
Yeah.
Smells like beef
I come
tacos.
in, I come in, he leaves.
He just can't face you. It's got to be really awkward.
Must be the Ernie Balls thing. I don't know.
He's
still got beef.
So what's going on?
How's things going, Caleb? Someone was asking earlier, when's the Nerd Halen show? The next Nerd Halen show.
The next scheduled one is October. This sucks, man. So bitter.
I don't mean to laugh, but it is funny.
Rocktober.
Fucking, we had a. Sorry, do we just get caught? Like I cussed. Yeah. I heard Johnny gets fined every time.
I didn't hear anything.
What is the fine for a bad word?
Caleb will pay it.
Just curious.
Can I answer, John?
I heard you
the
mention
truth.
That.
The truth. Do you want the truth, or do you want John Biel's answer?
It's late night. Let's hear it. No, I want to hear.
Well, no. The thing is, on YouTube, there is no late night. It's always all the time. The truth is swear words, weirdness, something really weird.
Tuesday night.
What that does. Well, no, I explained this to Mancuda recently. I told him exactly what happens.
He didn't hear a word.
YouTube doesn't promote those videos. You look at the side of your screen. Well, it's live. You see a live chat there. On playback, actually,
I see John Biel.
You will see a live chat there. You'll see some suggested videos. The more F-bombs, the more whatever, YouTube doesn't push your video to that list. So it equals less views.
So that night when we had like that 12,000er, do you remember that we had like that 12,000er last summer or something? It was just random. Do you think it was because there were no cuss words in that show? Maybe.
Oh, the one where Jimmy Carr and Rob Johnson were on with us that night. And the next day it was like 13,000 views. Yeah.
Wasn't Rob drunk that night? There had to have been a few.
There was that one night.
Was he holding the cup?
Anyway, I was saying, and I'll try not to swear. We have a show scheduled for just a Tuesday night in October, the 12th, and it's out in San Manuel Casino, which is very far from here. As far as it's like an hour and 30-minute drive from where I live. and it's not a fun drive at the time. I'm gonna have to go, but
doesn't sound like you're too excited.
So I have tickets to the Mammoth show at the Whiskey, and the day before they reschedule. You know,
So like
and,
October, right?
They pick October 12th, Tuesday night, and I'm like, that's like the only night where I can absolutely not do it. You know,
the one night in the next 3 months that you can't make. So
I'm secretly hoping that San Manuel Casino cancels our show and I can go to the
well,
sorry.
Likelihood is one or the other is probably going to get canceled.
Caleb, didn't you say that you have like stand-in guys for when some of your other guys can't play? Why don't you call one of the other guys from another Van Halen tribute band to stand in?
I'm afraid.
One of the guys that will like butcher the whole first album on video.
No, I'm afraid I'm afraid they'll be really good, and the band won't want me back. So I'll lose my job.
No, but he's going to be there too. He's going to be at that gig.
The
guy that they're talking
covers all night.
The guy that they're talking about. He was going to go to that gig.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was going to run into him. Yeah, I was. Yeah,
by the way,
that would have been funny.
Our friend Dane Zimmerman just picked up a gig, apparently playing at the Whiskey, opening for another Van Halen tribute band.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
He told me today.
Conflict of interest.
They're getting movie deals, all kinds of stuff.
What kind of?
I think that guy was going to go to the Whiskey and play the entire Van Halen 2 record and butcher it
and do it improper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Follow up.
But anyway,
shots fired.
On a Saturday night.
Speaking of shots fired, you guys even talked about this. The last time two Jews this famous went at it was Jesus and Judas. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Seeing as you're the only member of the tribe on this show, we'll let you take that particular angle.
Yeah. God. What a joke! Did Gene do that just for pub, or he just let it slip because we were all kind of thinking that, but no one wants to say it out loud.
This is pro wrestling.
What exactly is the situation? Did the tour get canceled? Is Kiss just? Is this a new tour? I know that David Lee last year that tour got canceled. Or
nothing got canceled because people spent their hard-earned money, a nominal fee.
Fee.
Those tickets were redeemable when it would all restart.
Okay.
And
now they're restarting and
they're restarting and they're not using their opening act. And
you know why they're not using their opening act? It's not about
someone finally asked, and it was the elephant in the room. And I guess Gene said what he said. And wow.
Let me ask you a question, Caleb.
Yeah.
From an economic standpoint, not that Gene is an economist, but how much do you think it costs for David Lee Roth to open that tour?
Cost versus Kiss?
Whomever, the promoter, whomever, the overall expenses for that tour, how much do you think it costs?
Well, it's Kiss's money. So, you know, they're the ticket.
It's got a good point.
So that money's coming out of Kiss, and in a lot of situations, Kiss would charge someone to open for them. So who knows what was really going on there?
So let's now follow that up. This is supposed to be the last part of that tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
True or false? We believe that there will be quote unquote special guests on the last part of this tour.
Right.
Where do you think the money comes from to pay for these special guests to appear on this leg of the tour versus having David Garibaldi, who loves being A, less expensive than an opening act, and B, able to get more exposure for his art by doing his 25-minute. By the way, David Garibaldi is an amazing artist, and I'm certain none of this is meant to disparage him in any way, shape, or form.
No, I've seen him. Yeah,
but if Kiss is
to our school,
if Kiss is trying to make a business deal here where they're making the most money for themselves, combined with having to make an expenditure to bring former members of the band on stage periodically throughout the tour, they couldn't afford David Lee Roth to play this part of the tour. And Gene just decided to throw a little chum in the water to see how this would go, to take a shot at a guy who, quite frankly, is down and doesn't need this shot. The problem is, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Gene is 70-something years old and doesn't really move around that much on stage anymore either. Paul is the guy that does all the work on that show. So I think this is great. This is great theater, but I think it's much ado about nothing.
It's still entertaining.
I was waiting for Dave's response, and that was pretty quick and swift. You don't have that picture, do you? Oh, you play it. You put that picture up, didn't you?
Yeah.
And yet nowhere near as verbose as you would expect it to be.
Yeah.
Like that is the quietest David Lee Roth has ever been in his life.
That's actually him.
I was wondering that. I was
got the same hairline.
The hair definitely looks like him.
Could be.
That was the alternate 84 cover.
Yes. Man.
So you know what I've noticed about John BL? That when he asks a question that he doesn't know, and he assumes that the person he's asking knows, he still gives them a multiple choice. Did you, when he asked, like, what's the details with this Roth thing with Simmons? Like he's asking Caleb because he knows that Caleb knows or Paul knows the answer.
I'm trying to be like the
he still gave a list of like 4 options.
That's right. I'm trying to give him, it's showmanship, isn't it? Like, isn't that like you expand your options with that? If he has no
all of the above is coming next.
I don't know.
I just thought it was something I just noticed.
That's a very interesting observation.
Just so people know, these Kiss shows aren't selling like the first leg of the tour. They're saying, remember they when they laid this tour out, they said, end of the road tour for the final time. They're going to be playing. They've already played here in Phoenix, and they're coming back. We're only going to play your city one more time. That's it. This is the final time we're coming to your town.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Well, final time this week.
Well, what's messed up? What's messed up is that people were they went to that first leg of that tour thinking that was it, and then they had to hear, they're going to come back one more time with original members, probably.
Right.
Can you imagine laying out, $1,000,
and having to do it again the next time?
And then now I have to go pay and see Ace and Peter. Like that's lame. Sorry,
hi, baby girl.
That's just dirty.
So what's the deal? They're going to have their sort of guest musicians or their.
It's been rumored. Wait, I didn't wait for the multiple choice. Hang on. Go ahead.
So they're going to have. I can't even think of any of the old Eric Carr. No,
that'd be a hell of a trick because he's been dead for years.
I thought myself,
we're digging him up.
A little late on that one. Who's it? The other guy that Mancuda always talks about.
That'd be the greatest comeback in the history of music.
Bruce Kulick.
Bob Kulick. I don't know.
He's also
Not
dead.
Bob.
Nice job.
Sorry.
You mentioned 2 dead guys, bro.
We're digging him up.
Who's Vinnie Vincent? Vicky Vincent.
How many
Vicky
of y'all?
Vincent, yes.
Mark St. John also dead. Renus Pinkel, but
who's got a thimble?
I'm struggling to think of any of the other ex-Kiss bandmates. So who do they have that's going to be joining the tour?
Well, you've mentioned all the dead guys, so they
Vinnie
won't be
Vincent and Bob Kulick.
It'll be Vinnie Vincent, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley. The only ones left.
That's my
not to mention all the other guys that played behind the curtain over the years. And the people that are singing on the backing tracks.
So
those guys
that's
supposed not in person.
That's the big attraction for this tour, is that those people will be joining them. Is that what you're getting at with like the guest musicians and guest stars or something?
Yes, that's what we're getting at.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Can I chime in?
Before the shutdown.
So,
will it be multiple choice?
Yeah.
A, B, or C.
Please make it multiple choice.
So when Roth was going out with Kiss, right, the first time, everybody was assuming, it's because he's getting in shape for the Van Halen tour that might be coming. That everybody was insinuating or thinking it was coming
early in 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe now, since obviously Van Halen is not happening.
Wait. Just to stop you there. no one was thinking that a Van Halen tour was coming because Roth had already said that he was Van Halen going forward. If we all remember,
I know that but at the same time, I thought, everybody knows or thinks they know whatever's going on, but there was still that thought that, hey, maybe it's kind of, it's he's doing a tour before or something like that.
When I heard him do what he did, I thought there's no way this man is getting back with the brothers after what he just said was happening, which was he was Van Halen going forward. Without anybody else. Anybody buying that was going to fly, right?
I mean, I think he just meant kind of like if you want to hear those songs, you're going to have to hear them from me because
Presumably, the last time someone said we're the other half, we're Van Halen too, and he goes, "You're the other half of what?" So it's kind of in that same file.
Well, presumably, at that time, Dave probably knew what was going on with Edward.
That's what Caleb has said.
Well, I'm a little behind then. I'm
behind too, and
John, the cops are coming. You better run.
Oh, no. Help.
That's sorry. I gotta get off here. Hang on.
Run.
I mean, I don't think we were all wondering what Dave was doing and why he was doing it. And what and to some of us actually knew what was going on, and I thought it was a pretty crappy thing to do with somebody who was very sick and obviously terminal and everyone knew it inside. So I thought that was a little
uncalled for,
and he could have jumped the gun, or could have waited. He could have waited. He had to get back out there and kind of try to take the flag. I thought that was really weird. So I'm always going to have that thought. That's just me. And that's that. All right.
What else?
Where'd your mic go?
I'm talking quietly, Caleb.
Why?
Because I don't know what to say. That's why I said, what
else? Well,
sorry,
let's get back to the people chewing and stuff like the beginning of the show. That was real fun.
I think I've eaten enough.
This has been the all-eating show all night.
I'm so full.
Johnny had a whole 7-course meal in front of him.
Yo, Johnny, go back to your there you go. What
nice shirt.
Is that see that Sharpie or whatever it is on the table? It looks like it's not there, like it's drawn in.
Right?
You see that?
Like Photoshop.
Yeah, it's like photoshopped in. Is that a big fat Sharpie or something? What is that?
No, that's the end of a mic. That's a cable.
Oh my god!
What you're talking about?
Oh my god!
Dude, you're on some good shit, dude. Send that shit west. Let's go.
Wow.
That looks like a mini huge Sharpie.
No, it doesn't look like a Sharpie at all.
It's like
God. Actually, no. Now I see it.
Wow, Jay.
My god.
We just had a hallucination live on the internet.
Sharpie inside that cup.
Yeah,
It's in the cup.
it looks like it's just floating in the air, Johnny.
Wow.
Want to see some magic?
Whoa.
Look at this. Whoa. Floating Sharpie.
Johnny, what happens if you plug that in?
Well, it's not plugged into anything, so it wouldn't do anything. It's plugged into the old interface. So I didn't want to change the cable.
Go back in time if you plug it in.
Gonna go back in.
So I got a different cable going here for this one.
If he plugs it in, his dick talks.
Whoa, hey now.
Oh. I have one of those.
You getting the 4-channel though?
I need the 4-channel. The 2-channel is useless.
Why'd you buy
have the
it?
2-channel. It's fine.
Yeah, I've got the 2-channel task cam, which is the same thing. All you need,
But for what Johnny wants to use it for.
No, what I do here, I need at least 4 channels. At least. See? This would actually be in there if I had it.
Can you explain why you'd need?
You can plug a Sharpie into the Focusrite?
Yeah, that's a weird.
I can understand 2 channels. You get your
it
guitar
still looks
and your
like
mic.
it. still looks like it.
It's like a mini
It
fat
does
little
look like a
stubby
Sharpie.
Sharpie. It's funny.
Here, Johnny.
Dude, when he said it, I bought it for a second.
Wait.
Dude, I can't believe it.
Is Cobra Kai in here? You gotta do something with this Sharpie, man. That's funny. It's like floating.
It does look like a Sharpie.
It's like, what's
Or
going
look
on?
at it.
Like there's no shadow. It's on the table, but there's no shadow. It looks like it, man.
It does. I know.
You know when you look through a chain link fence and your depth perception goes all weird?
When I look through the chicken coop, with the chicken wire, I almost pass out. It's horrible.
Your equilibrium goes.
Yeah.
The chicken wire.
It's awful.
Oh man, I'm so fried right now.
Chicken wire?
Whoa, the volume just went up.
Yeah. I need a compressor with this thing now.
Johnny, why do you need more channels? Let's see. Tech talk. You're saying you need more
There it
channels.
is.
Yeah.
Wait, can I? Where am I gonna put mine? I don't have anything behind me anymore. My room is empty.
Look at that. Mine's the stubby.
Oh,
Oh.
Ooh. That's
wait right now! Don't ruin it. Come back.
Caleb has the fat one.
Oh.
Caleb's got a fat one, huh?
Hey,
There you
who
go.
told you? Let's go multiple choice.
Do you prefer
Wow.
green Sharpies or black Sharpies?
The
Sharpie
floating
one.
Sharpie show is born.
Yes. Someone's
Let's
gonna
give it up for Sharpies. Sharpies are great. It's a great
I
product.
think we're gonna have a floating Sharpie forever.
I think we're gonna have a new sponsor. Sharpies are great, man.
The floating Sharpie?
Oh, they are.
You can't deny it.
Yep.
How many Sharpies do we have? I only have the
great.
There
one.
you go. There's a black one.
There's a black one.
Caleb needs a black one. That's a yeah. Yeah, Renus.
I have the nice silver ones.
Oh, I got
That's
one.
what you want to get your autographs with, right?
Yep.
Autographs.
Silver.
I have. That's my Edward Van Halen autograph is in the silver Sharpie. Thank you, Jason.
Floating Sharpie. Look at it. It
Yeah,
looks like
I
it's
see it now. Now that you, that was a good observation. I thought you were just out of your mind, but that's a good observation.
Well, I kind of am, but
It looks like a vine, and it's got Sharpies growing off it. That's what
Sharpie tree. You haven't gone to the Sharpie orchard where you pick the Sharpies off the trees?
did anybody in the chit see what I saw?
I see it now. I see exactly what it looks
Yeah,
like.
I saw
it looks
it.
like a
I
little
saw
fat
it.
Sharpie. I get it. They probably go on Amazon. They probably there you go. They make a little fat Sharpie.
There it is. Yep. That's the highlighter, right?
little
Yeah.
fat Sharpie. They make them for golf balls, so you can mark your ball.
Mark your ball.
Why do you have to have such tiny pencils and Sharpies for golf balls? I mean, that's
What's the deal?
you go.
What
you go
is the
golf.
deal
it's
with
They're
those?
always the tiny pencils and the tiny. I don't know about the tiny Sharpies, but I know the tiny pencils.
What do you know about tiny pencils?
Tiny pencil.
That mini golf too. Mini golf
You
is
forgot it.
where it's at, but
Anyway,
my extent of golfing.
so how do we think the Roth Simmons thing will end? Or do you think it's over?
Sharpie.
You don't think Gene Simmons will be interviewed again about it?
I think they both have a backroom deal that Roth will rejoin the tour at some point when ticket sales are lagging, and everybody will go to see both bands. I think both of them could
Roth's
use the
coming
help.
back. Wow.
Yeah. I think they'll bury the hatchet.
Wow.
Was there actually any significance to the 18? I know Laz was saying it could have been 18 shows that they had left or something like that.
Dude, you're like underwater. What happened to your microphone?
Is it all right, anyone? Is there some?
The Sharpie.
Just get out. It's the Sharpie. It must
You got to
be.
talk into the Sharpie.
All right. Caleb's always got a problem with my sound. I'll just go this.
Well,
way.
Beef.
everyone else is good.
All right.
Much
No,
better.
all right. I'll just Talk right
the
directly
18
into the
shows. Is that how many Kiss is doing?
I don't know. That was what I was at. I didn't know if the 18 had any significance.
Well, bring Laz in here. Let's spice this show up. Let's
Laz.
go.
Spice. Let's spice the show up.
Spice it up.
Please.
Laz, are you watching? I think it's too late for him. I think he's at home.
him.
Too late. Too late.
Too late for Laz.
Good one.
I've got his drum solo.
Laz's drum solo coming up.
Who's drum solo?
Laz.
Rick Allen's?
Oh my God. I knew it was coming.
What? Come on. What? Hello? Is this thing on?
This one's on.
Wait a taste the soup.
So wait, Kurt 5150, he saw the Collective Soul show last night in Seattle. And Tonic opened, and he said they only played 6 songs. Is that for real? 6 songs? Wow.
Probably a 40-minute set.
Yeah.
By the way, Collective Soul, another band way better live than
Oh, it's the Gizmachi shirt. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that Laz? That's Laz playing?
That's Laz. Yeah.
Nice. Guitar Center?
Oh, was that the picture in Guitar Center that you posted the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good right there.
The drums sound good. Yeah.
And he looks great too in that shirt.
Yeah.
Question is, can he play?
Sounds like it.
There you go.
Someday when I get cymbals, I'll play my drum set.
Who said that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Kurt went to see 5150. Kurt 5150 went to see Collective Soul last night.
And they only played for an hour. Did you feel cheated, Kurt? That's kind of lame. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the headliner. They play for an hour. Unless one of them had diarrhea.
Maybe they're just playing the hits.
By the way, did anybody?
It wouldn't be an hour then. It'd be like 15 minutes.
By the way, let's bring this.
Hits. They
Speaking of diarrhea,
with the encore. They start with the encore and just play a couple songs.
Speaking of diarrhea, there's that commercial for the girl with the IBS or whatever it is. She's the lead singer of a band, and she always seems to have to shit while the band is playing. Does anybody? You've seen the commercial. You know the one I'm talking about. It's like when you're in ulcerative colitis or whatever it is breaks in, and the band is all standing on stage waiting for their lead singer, the chick who's apparently has a flare up of ulcerative colitis during the show. Meanwhile, the other 4 guys in the band are just standing around. They're like, I'm like, guys, jam, do something. That's the fucking music. Do something to try to fill the time.
She's on the shitter again.
She's on the shitter again. Like this whole commercial is about this band that's on the road, and that the lead singer apparently every time they're on stage, she has to take a shit.
Oh, that's great.
Lead singers call the shots. If the singer is in the bathroom, the whole band is useless. I mean, that's the truth.
Well, we know this now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it, but I can imagine it. That just sounds, yeah. That's.
Oh yeah, it's
some of those commercials for those products.
Not only is there a female lead singer, because this is like every commercial. Not only is it a female lead singer, but the entire band is multicultural.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, so there has to be. It's like the United Band of Benetton is playing on stage.
Does it have any sound effects of her ripping it up in the bathroom?
Which would be great,
Just destroying it with the bathroom echo and everything, man.
I had no idea Korn was playing.
When you first sit down, you gotta go real bad. That first one sounds like a rocket. Zoom!
And it looks like that. It looks like
someone's gonna do an audio edit for one of those commercials,
Or the sound of the first, it's just and this show's no longer serious.
Oh man.
It's so much pressure built up. It was now like 60 miles an hour.
I had no idea Creed had a new album out.
Colon blow. There you go.
Oh, by the way, Yes. Somebody asked, by the way, no, this isn't the ESP. This is an actual Gibson.
It's an actual Gibson there.
It's an actual Gibson.
Paul's holding an
Paul's
holding an actual Les Paul standard Gibson Les Paul
factory setup.
Tubin, I am also
Tobacco
bummed out about
burst.
Victoria Paris. I used to have her on my show when I was on in Memphis years ago. She was awesome.
Who's that?
I've told the story about that when she was on the show, and my ex-wife called on the hotline to ask her.
Hold on a second. Have you heard? I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's all right.
But that toy right now is reminding me. Have you ever heard of a band called 25 to Life?
No.
All right, they're a hardcore band from like the New York scene, and the singer's name was Rick to Life. And if anybody out there, you got to go check out the band called 25 to Life because it's like it sounds like the dog toy. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
It's like Harpo.
Did you ever hear the band Pianosaurus?
No.
Pianosaurus was a band that used to play on Muppet Babies instruments.
Really?
Yeah, so they would go to like they would tour. They'd show up in whatever town that you were in. The club that they were playing, they'd stop at whatever toy store, Toys R Us or whatever, buy like Muppet Babies gear, come out, play their set on the Muppet Babies gear, and then smash it at the end of the show.
Wow.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that, John Beal?
That sounds very interesting. We'll be updated on their next performance, and we'll let you know where they're appearing live next.
Give Johnny some multiple choice answers in the for a poll.
Do you like Muppet Babies? Do you like Smurfs? Or do you like
Fraggle Rock?
Monchi-Cheese?
Who wants this dog?
What will it be? In the chat.
Actually, Keith Campbell, long before Mike Portnoy played Hello Kitty drums, Pianosaurus was around. They started in the 80s.
Favorite Saturday morning cartoons?
Saturday morning. That's tough.
From the 80s.
I mean, my favorite cartoon of all time has got to be Transformers.
Yeah.
And my favorite toy of all time is Transformers.
G.I. Joe was good. Cartoon. But it was always I was before the action figures I was always into with Star Wars action figures. G.I. Joe kind of took it to the next level.
I didn't like the G.I. Joe ones because they bent weird.
Yeah, they had too
like
many.
they had like elbows and legs and
waist. Like
they could like weird. They could do weird turns and stuff. Yeah. They weren't as fun.
Too many points of articulation. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, they didn't have just the Han Solo hand.
That's right. The super grip, or what was it? Like, yeah, the action grip.
You could put the weapon right in that one hand.
Yeah.
And then there's the probably my second favorite toy was the wrestlers, man. You know, like the Hulk. Where's the Hulk Hogan one?
Yeah, the posable.
No, not even the posable ones. These ones with the ring.
Yeah, I had one. Yeah, that's what those ones I had.
These ones were awesome, man.
I had to make my own ring. I made it out of it.
Was it a 1/16 scale?
No. What would have been about one? I don't know. I don't know my scales.
The size of your backyard.
Yes. Yes, action figures, good stuff.
Yep.
Stretch Armstrong. Sharpies. Let's hear it for Sharpies, everyone. Don't forget to buy your Sharpies.
G.I. John BL.
New sponsor, Sharpie, everyone.
Oh, I wish. We could draw. Hey, Jay, we could draw all over ourselves while we're in a hot tub.
Kung Fu grip. Thank you.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Amaranth.
She's live for like 12 hours a
day.
Yeah,
dude. Falling asleep.
Oh, people like Star Wars better than me.
That's impossible.
Okay. I voted Star Wars anyway, so.
This is madness.
Well, was there a real big toy line of the Smurfs? I remember they had like the little.
No, that wasn't toys.
No. So I'm going to pick G.I. John BL.
Thank you.
I'll
be getting my residual payments for that from the 80s.
John BL.
The GIBL.
The JBL.
G.I. Joe.
GBL.
The passage of the John never mind.
Yeah, that one.
Sleep.
Hot Wheels. Army Men or Hot Wheels, Kurt? Hot Wheels, man.
Anyone remember Stompers?
Mm-mm.
They were like the motorized version of the Hot Wheels of the Matchbox. Like they had motors in them. And
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
they were like all terrain. You could put different wheels on them. That was like.
Were they the same size?
They were a little bigger than like a Matchbox or a Hot Wheel, but they were.
Yeah, it was one AA battery or AAA battery in the
Yeah,
back.
and you turn the
You turn
battery
them on,
around.
they just drove over stuff. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Stomper.
Micro Machines were awesome. Craven Soda. Hell yeah. I used to love me some. Remember Muscle Men? Yo, look at that. There it is.
Is that the mini Sharpie?
King size.
Oh, king
No.
size.
Somebody
Ooh,
texted this in, the king size.
man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, dude.
That's what that is. It's the king size.
I know they make the mini Sharpie just like that, like the big fat one there.
Wait, say that again.
I know they make the mini Sharpie just like that.
Well, you're reporting. Look, see. Oh,
The Walter Cronkite? No, I'm looking for the mini Sharpie.
I'm looking for the mini Sharpie.
John BL could not be reached for comment.
But it can be reached for multiple choice.
Stand by for the mini Sharpie. Stand by. Amazon mini Sharpie.
Is that what you tell her?
Damn.
Nah, nothing mini here.
Whoa.
That looks like a drumstick. That looks like a
Sharpie.
drumstick.
There you go.
Look at my phone. Look at that, my nice cracked up phone.
$6.
There you go. We
There you go.
just got a new sponsor, I think. It's gonna be good stuff. Ah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's the miniest of the mini Sharpies. Here we go.
The hell's
my
that?
Goodness.
That's a golf ball.
Oh no! Oh man, I thought your picture switched real quick. Oh, it's a golf ball. Wow. Now, what if that guy's like I was going to say something that you're not allowed to say anymore.
Who sent this in?
That'd be a great price for a Big Mac, right? Wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be a great price. I think they used to be.
I've never eaten a Big Mac.
Oh, they're awesome.
I did
Too
have
much
a Big
shit on my
Mac.
hot dog.
The Mac sauce is where it's at. You can I get the quarter pounder, and I get the Mac sauce added on. Oh yes.
What do they call that in the menu? Isn't that like a special request?
It's not on the menu. You got to ask for it.
But isn't there like the whole hidden menu for McDonald's and Burger King and all those? There's like a hidden menu where you can get all kinds of different combinations.
Supposedly,
if you're in the know.
Yep.
John,
That's some bougie shit right there. When you have to order off the menu at McDonald's.
You get like a
I'm so big time. I know that they'll
chicken.
make me something special.
You get
everything at McDonald's. Every bite tastes exactly the same.
I know, it's all interchangeable.
It all tastes like ketchup and onions.
There's a special, menu where you can get like a 6 McNuggets on a burger with cheese and a hamburger patty.
Yo, when McDonald's is on, it is like the best thing ever, man. When the burger's right, nice and juicy, the French fries are cooked and they're salty. Oh man.
What are we
You
looking
gotta
at?
wait
You
for the
cleaned it
for the
up?
fresh fries. You gotta wait for the fresh.
No, this is somebody sent this in.
What's going on?
Somebody just got one.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a nice looking.
flip that pickup.
Yep, you got it. It's got to be done.
Flip it.
Let's see what's in this box over here.
Yeah, zoom in on this.
Here's the address.
Imagine there was like body parts hanging out of it.
Who is this? John Moronic.
Oh, we know it.
Dude, executive producer, sir. Awesome guitar, man.
Caleb's got one.
I used to have one of those.
Thanks, Paul.
What happened to it?
Sold it to some guy in California.
Yeah.
for a nominal fee.
Literally
Literally a nominal fee. I will tell you, I sold another one that for 3 times what I sold it to Caleb for.
Yes, that made up the difference, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. There you go.
No.
Not when I know what they're worth.
Yeah.
But you know what it's
Stings.
worth to Caleb.
Fuck that, man. Friends were worth more than money.
That's right.
I can always buy more friends. Wait, what?
I fucking love it. I love it. Thank you.
Nah, fuck that. It's all good.
Yeah, an old video of me playing my old one came up, and I remember every time I saw that video over, because it was one of the first things I ever posted on Facebook from like 2008, and I remember over the last 5 years it would come up every year, and I would go, oh, I'd get pains looking at that guitar, thinking it was gone. So
the top on the one you have now is better than the top on the one you had.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I reposted that going, replaced, So.
Does that one play better than the one you had? I mean, can you tell they're 2 different guitars?
I don't.
I think Caleb's a better player now than he was then, so I don't know that there's a fair
I can't
assessment.
tell. I mean, I'm sure that this one feels.
How long
better
ago was it?
I worked that guitar in the other one. So
what year was it again that you sold it?
2016. So it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
But still, you're a different player. You'd have to actually have both guitars and AB them in person to really know.
Yeah.
No, this thing feels great, and it sounds really. I mean, it's. I mean, let's face it. These guitars are the perfect pickup wood, matching
combo.
Maybe in history. So, just is, and a lot of people think that. So.
People have their, these are not the best playing guitars on the planet. That guitar plays better than this guitar, but these are my favorite guitars. Your favorite is your favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever you're into.
What happened, Johnny?
Oh, this is horrible. See, this is what happens when you put your phone number on the screen, man.
Oh no.
But he can't wait to show us.
This is awful, man.
Oh, that's great.
The Beatus.
The Beatus, yeah.
Beatus.
Wow.
One of my favorite memes,
Beatus.
or whatever you want to call it. Is that a meme? What is that?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite is Belle Biv DeFoe, or one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That one
It's
always
funny.
gets me, man.
Funny you say that, because I was watching Platoon this week. They were showing Platoon on the dish. And Willem Dafoe is creepy in every goddamn movie he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he's in, he's creepy. It's just it's his look and his mannerisms. Willem Dafoe is a poor man's Christopher Walken. Without the charm. Like Christopher Walken has charm.
His first 2 parts were like as scary and evil a part could be. The Streets of Fire and the To Live and Die in LA, which may be one of the best bad guys of all time. That movie.
Right.
If you haven't seen To Live and Die in LA, it's fucking awesome. Sorry.
But
Johnny
he just got docked again, but great.
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
Yeah,
I saw Streets of Fire.
Great movie.
Great movie with a huge.
It gets me every
Huge
time,
twist.
man.
20th
Yeah, I
century.
think To Live and Die in LA is like the first time where like I ever got thrown so far on a twist in a movie where I was just like, what? Like I spent the last half hour of the movie going, what?
And great
What?
song by Wang Chung.
Yeah, great score. Yeah, they did the
Yeah.
score.
Yeah, Wang Chung
And
did
a great
job of
chase scene, like one of the best chase scenes of all time, too. So, wrong
But-
way on the freeway.
But watching
Shit.
Platoon this week, which I haven't seen it in well over 20 years, going back and watching it again, I'm like, Jesus.
I never saw it.
You never saw Platoon? Platoon's a great movie.
No.
Oh wow,
He's a little
Yeah.
freaky in that. Yeah.
I was too
Yeah,
young
he-
to see it, and I just never went.
Yeah, he's creepy in it. He's creepy at everything, but he's creepy.
But in
I
like
mean, he's nowhere near as creepy as he is in like
Real life.
Boondock Saints
Yeah.
or Blue Velvet or any of that stuff.
yeah,
not Blue
in
Velvet.
Platoon, he's just like he's way too happy, isn't he? Like
he's a
that's
good.
what I remember.
He's a good
from him.
guy.
He's the good
Yeah,
guy,
and he's just way too happy. Like,
But he's
you
still
know, it's
creepy,
like
though.
he's eerily happy.
but he plays the character a little gay too, which
Yeah.
is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Behringer's the bad guy.
Yeah, Behringer is the complete bad guy. And I'm not saying that the whole gay, like it's creepy gay. It's not like gay. It's like molestation gay, like gross.
Yeah, there's something else going on in his mind the whole time throughout the movie. He's not even thinking about like the war. He's just thinking about something way too creepy and too scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got that face on him. It's like he's happy, but he's way too happy for being in Vietnam.
Platoon, man. Kevin Dillon. It's great. That line in that movie. You ever seen a head come apart like that?
Yeah. Brains. And of course, Corey Glover's only real acting credit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right? Did that, and then he's singing for In Living Color. Or Living Color, not In Living Color.
I love Living Color. I'm a huge Living Color fan.
Wasn't he on The Cosby Show?
Was he on The Cosby Show?
No, that was the joke that everybody thought he was a cockroach. Was it cockroach or something? On The Cosby Show, it was
John Biel,
Theo's best friend or something.
Look it up.
There were a ton of people.
It wasn't him, but he looked just like him.
Somebody there we go.
Him. Yes.
Oh, what was I going to say? Tubininen said something in the chat about. I reposted the 5150 solo I did from the spring, and because I did the intro yesterday, and through the first verse or two, and someone wanted this solo, so I went back and posted that, and I got a comment from Jennifer Batten that said great, and I thought that was fucking really cool. So
a lot of people don't know who Jennifer Batten is anymore, but she's the female Eddie Van Halen. She's as good a guitar player as there is.
Huge. She was Michael Jackson's guitar player, and through like the big 88 tour or whatever, the big bad tour or whatever, and she also played with Jeff Beck, like she's on stage with Jeff Beck. So just think about that.
I have a huge crush on Jeff Beck's bass player.
Oh, that
Tal Wilkenfeld. Yeah, my God, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Isn't she young?
Let me see if I can find a picture.
She's not that young. She's not that young.
Not anymore.
But she's gorgeous and super talented and a sweetheart. Just the nicest woman.
There's something so rad about a little, like a small girl playing groovy bass parts for me.
Oh, she's so good too.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
She's on the new Prince album. There's a Prince album that was just released, and she's the bass player on it. The Prince album came out like this week or last week.
Christopher Walken, yeah.
Yeah, Defoe is creepy like Christopher Walken, but he doesn't have the charm. Like Christopher Walken is like, he's like creepy, but he's cool. Whereas Willem Dafoe is creepy and scary.
What's your favorite Christopher Walken movie?
7 Psychopaths.
Mine's At Close Range. You ever see that, Johnny? At Close Range?
I saw the music video every day.
Oh God.
Deer Hunter?
It's her best song, by the way. That's by far her best song.
Yeah, I never saw that. Although my favorite Christopher Walken, I mean, what was the one? Dead Zone?
And he's actually great in The Rundown too, believe it or not. He's really funny in The Rundown.
He's awesome in Annie Hall. That's kind of where he comes. He introduced, right? So
and his scene.
Deer Hunter was one of his earliest.
Sometimes
Deer Hunter was.
Sometimes I drive at night, and I see headlights coming the other way, and I think to myself, "What if I drive into those lights?" And then they cut, and he's driving Woody Allen in the car at night, and Woody Allen's face is it's the most perfect. It's the most perfect cut in history of movies. It's so fun.
He's great in Suicide Kings too.
Yeah, and the Deer Hunter. You know?
And clearly his big comeback, like as often is the case, was Tarantino. Pulp Fiction was him being comedy. Like nobody really thought of Christopher Walken as a comedy guy. And of course, The Continental on Saturday Night Live is fucking hilarious.
Yes, the SNL stuff with him was.
Yeah, it's great doing his thing.
Good night, Jay.
Have some champagne.
Yeah, some combos.
Great. Wow.
Seven
I used to-
Psychopaths is good.
I
though.
used
stay.
to-
No, no.
I used to do that shit all the time. He's really good
Hey,
in
Ned.
that. Was it The King of New York? Great
Yep.
movie. Great movie.
Seven Psychopaths is a super underrated movie if nobody's seen it. That's
I
one
never
you should-
saw it.
You should check it out.
A nickelback goes down in the park. I want in.
In his thing in Seven Psychopaths is when Colin Farrell's like, we should call the cops. Fuck the cops. No fucking cops.
Yeah, but he was less like the stereotypical. He was more somber and just more like he wasn't in Seven Psychopaths. He was after his wife's killer or whatever. It
Yeah.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was great in it though.
Yeah.
It's a
If you
cravat.
if you're out there and you haven't seen At Close Range, that is a freaking stunning movie and very disturbing, but so well done and acted and just really well shot and it was really a great movie and it one of those movies you see when you're a teenager and it sticks with you for your whole life. So I'd recommend it highly. Man on Fire, that's right. He plays this one.
True
What you gonna do,
Romance.
Crazy?
Yeah, balls of fury.
Crazy.
It's so good.
It's great. It's
Great.
crazy. I don't
It's
know.
great. It's crazy. And
It's
his
wild.
He
Parts of
didn't-
it are borrowed, but the registration's clean.
I like the pauses in his voice.
Oh yeah, it's
I
a
mean, he
whole
didn't get
cadence.
that. He's almost like the Al Pacino, where there was a fine line between like the raspy Al Pacino, and
Yeah.
then, like the early, what was the bank robbery one? The early Al Pacino, but then there was like the early, walk-in where he wasn't like that cadence walk-in where
Well, he's figured it out that's his character.
yeah, but like
Same
Deer
thing with
Hunter,
Nicholson.
it was
Nicholson
more-
does
was
it
so
too.
dramatic. Yeah, Nicholson and
Yeah.
De Niro, they all had like their kind of two different eras of their personality.
Tubin, I think James Foley did direct that movie, but the rumor is that was like a ghost
Thank you.
directed by Sean Penn. That movie, like it was all him. Like he
Dog Day After.
took over that shoot.
Yeah, it's funny
That's
because
what
Pacino is two different guys. Dog Day Afternoon, he's one guy, and in Heat, he's another guy.
Yeah,
And it's the same sort of intensity, but different intensity. He's found a different part of his character to sort of
he
tap
was very
into.
meek in Dog Day Afternoon. He was very, he had a high voice. And he was talking like, and then you go to like the early '80s, or like you're saying, Heat, where he's the raspy,
Well, he's
Oh,
old.
Heat's
You
great.
can only yell. You can only yell so much.
a lot of cigarettes. I smoked
a great ass.
30 years. She got a great ass.
Right ass.
A great movie, Heat. Yeah.
You see that movie, Johnny?
Johnny?
Heat?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Man, one
Great
of the
flick.
greatest
Good shit.
shootouts in history.
Yeah, it's
Sounds familiar.
arguably the greatest bank robbery movie of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Caper. Really good.
It's
And
the
Val
movie
Kilmer.
It's the
Val
movie
Kilmer,
that,
Tom Sizemore.
So many.
uh,
Who was the girl? Natalie. Was it Natalie Portman? Playing the younger, the daughter
Yeah.
of Al Pacino.
and oh my
But-
God, what's his
and,
name?
and it's
Who's
the, and it's
the
it's the
Latin
movie
guy. The Latin.
the movie that gave us Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Trejo.
Trejo was hired as a consultant on that movie.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be doing some stunt work. And when they were shooting some of the scenes, he had already done time for bank robbery. And he looked at them and goes, "This is not how it's done. Like if we were going
Right.
to rob a bank, it would have been done like this." And the director went, "Really?" And put him on the payroll as a consultant.
Michael Mann.
Yeah. And then,
Michael
basically,
Mann.
and at that point, Danny Trejo became a star. That was his moment. It was his moment of opportunity.
Yeah, that's another one if you haven't seen. If you want to really see a good flick, Heat, for sure. So many good characters in it.
Oh yeah, Kurt 5150, Frank Abagnale, and Catch Me If You Can.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
DiCaprio's father.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Props to
he's one of those
Christopher
guys that it's going to suck when he goes away. He's one of those actors that you don't really. we sit here and we run down the list of all the stuff that he's done that's amazing, but you didn't think about it until you thought about it.
What was his most recent?
Oh, and there's something he's done in every movie he's ever done, which is a dance move. He's a Broadway dancer.
Amazing.
In every movie he's ever done, he puts a dance move in it.
Yep.
Well, at least one dance move.
And he's in that that video for the fuck is the name of the song?
Oh, Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah, the Fat Boy Slim song where he crushes it.
Yep.
Starting with Deer Hunter,
He was in Pennies from Heaven. That was one of his early movies too. So with Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Deer Hunter, he does the wedding dance where the Russian dance.
Yep.
I saw Pennies from Heaven. I saw that one.
Johnny hasn't seen any movie past 19.
Johnny's dated himself. There he goes. Way scary.
No, I just saw it like this year.
Oh yeah, let's not forget Bruce Dickinson from
and Sherman Callahan. We can't forget
the producer Bruce Dickinson from
Saturday Night
Cowbell.
Live. Yeah,
Sherman.
Hey, Sherman.
Hey,
More cowbell.
Ned says
Walking is the best.
Walking, great. Does pauses in his voice are just scary.
It's crazy. Wow.
It's great,
Can you guys do Walking doing James Stewart?
Oh, hey.
Well, they're almost the same. They're very similar tonally.
I'm gonna leave that to you guys, not me.
You are. You're
Mr.
crazy.
Potter.
Mr. Potter, you're crazy. You are.
Mr. Potter, it's crazy.
Now it's
This
almost.
this rabble you're talking about. They do most
Now
of
it's
the
John
living.
Travolta.
They do most of the living, the dying.
Now it's John Travolta. Listen to this. You're gonna die.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so
like
weird,
crazy.
Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter, it's so weird. This rabble you're talking about.
Oh, no, you guys don't believe in Christmas. Well, up your nose with a rubber hose. Fucking, all of a sudden, Walking devolved into Travolta.
How many characters?
Boy,
can
that
you
would be
can
an
you
awful.
combine into a relevant
That'd be an
personality?
awful parody tonight. John Travolta and Christopher Walken starring. Great. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, he was good in True Romance too. Another one scener. And James Gandolfini was introduced in that movie too.
I thought Gandolfini was introduced in Get Shorty.
Which came out first?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe was True Romance?
True Romance? I'd say True Romance.
True Romance, I think, came out before Get Shorty.
Yeah. Oh,
John Biel.
God. He was scary in that.
He wasn't scary at all in Get Shorty. He was funny in Get Shorty. He was great in Get Shorty.
Has Johnny ever seen Anal Party number 8?
With anal misspelled makes it even funnier.
Anel Party. It sounds
Anel.
like
Anel Party.
Nah, but I saw number 35.
Yeah. That's the rare one. Number 8 is really hard to find.
Did you say that's the rear one?
Yes, they're all the rear ones.
Which one is more rear?
Johnny, it's called Anal Party. Oh, sorry, NL Party.
Anel Party.
BL Party.
No,
The only thing that's-
no.
The only thing that would have made that more inappropriate is if Jesus Repesme had written it.
You're right. Hey.
All right. It's 11 o'clock.
Almost.
I think we're done for the night.
Yeah, we're done. Great. It's all time to go.
We've discussed all our favorite movies.
Great show.
It's great.
Sign off.
We'd like to thank our members.
Thank our channel members. Whoa.
There's too many of them.
There's too many of them.
James Stewart. I have Les Pauls with Clues and Deluxe tuners on it. This one came with Grovers, so I left it with Grovers.
Les Pauls, but more Johns. Les Pauls, more Johns.
Hey, Paul, that Les Paul would be better if the inclusion deluxe tuners. What?
You're crazy, Jimmy Stewart.
more
you know what your guitar is? It's crazy without those.
Morph right through all three of them.
Mr. Gower,
Travolta.
that Les Paul would have me better with deluxe tuners. Wasn't that there?
Mary.
Can't believe that's permanent on the internet.
Mary. Well, anyway, we got 2 minutes to wrap up the show. Let's wrap it up and thank everyone, all those people, including
We love you
one,
all.
that one, Hugh and Rick,
Them,
and David and Sean and Carol and Sean and Trevor and David and Susan, Charlie, Tony, Michael, Richard,
Jarhead.
The only
Kurt.
people who put iced tea
The only people
in
who
their
put
Jack
iced tea.
Daniels bottles are the Clash, baby. Whoa!
That's fucking. It's like Katharine Hepburn doing that speech.
What do you think this is? Quiet Riot?
Quiet Riot up here.
Think it's Quiet Riot?
This fucking Quiet Riot up here.
This isn't Quiet Riot. This isn't Quiet Riot.
Good night, everybody.
This ain't no Carlos Cavasso, Rudy Sarzo, Frankie Banali, and Kevin DeBro.
Ain't no Kevin DeBro up here.
This is
No
Van
Kevin
Halen.
DeBro.
Bro stuff.
This is Van fucking Halen. Whoa!
Wow. You know, Van Halen, these guys are great.
I think he didn't. Who did?
Don't
he
spray
interview?
water
Oh,
at me,
SNL.
pal. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend after the show.
He must have introduced the musical guest on SNL. Who was it?
I remember at this time, the sheriff of San Bernardino County comes up to me. He says, hey, these
They were saying at the
motherfuckers,
press conference,
the Van Halen crowd causes a lot of trouble. Yeah.
caused a lot of trouble.
Was
Hey,
it
can
the
I get a
sound
little
of my
more
voice?
feedback in my monitor?
A little more feedback in the monitors, Johnny. So stupid.
Wow.
I know you all came here to celebrate sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock
Look,
and
I'm gonna-
roll.
I'm gonna take some of my clothes off here. Hey, if any of you want to take some of your clothes off too,
You could
That's
do
not
that
a
too.
microphone in my pants. I'm just happy to see you, California.
I forgot the fucking words.
Oh,
And now
Wow, that's
I'd like
fun.
like to
you
introduce
people are number one.
I'd like to introduce the king. 10 fingers and 6 strings.
The king
The
of
king.
6 fingers and 10 strings.
10 strings.
Edward Van Halen.
Oh,
Give me a drink.
yes.
Should we carry this a little bit further?
Brother. Look at all the people here tonight.
My baby's on the corner and she's looking all right.
She's so,
Put one and one together.
really
I got
blows my
myself a
mind.
brand new Oakland scarf right here. I said,
I say.
One time I say,
oh, good.
you know, so I send her a letter. just to, you know, try to make myself feel better.
You people
It says-
are out of your minds.
It says, give me a call sometime. But I know what that'll get her.
Oh man.
This
Oh.
is the time in the show where the band has itself a drink.
Can I get a bourbon on ice, please? All right. Well,
This
thank
is
you
it.
all.
Southern California.
You know, right now there are like 300,000 people here tonight.
It's
Last
like
night, this is twice as many people who were here last night, and 2 times as many people as who are going to be here tomorrow night.
Oh my God.
These motherfuckers are out of line.
line.
Out of line.
Out of line. These motherfuckers.
Oh, I'm out of lines.
All right, so this show is done.
Thank you, Oh, don't forget to tune in.
Be along tomorrow
Sunday
night for the Sunday night string change show.
You know, because
11:59 Eastern
time.
It's late, but it's
Johnny
all right.
Beane TV, whatever it is.
Tune in. I wish I
Tune
could
in.
walk in.
Tune in the strings.
Tune in.
Tune in the strings.
They'll be tuning up some guitars in E flat, some in standard.
Tune it to standard pitch. 440. 440 is the way to go.
The mighty Van
standard.
Walken. Very good. Yes.
Nice. Well done.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Let's wrap it up and say
Bah.
Bah.
There. Good night.
Yes.
I really like this song.
It's crazy. Wow. You motherfuckers are out of line. They would be all the